Yichen sneered. My mother and I have arranged everything for the Yang family, and they can't get anything good out of it. Although they didn't have any definite evidence against the Yang family, sometimes the power of words was beyond imagination. Fu Manhua had slept for more than an hour and was a little more energetic. When she heard the brother and sister talking outside, she got up and came out. Then she took out a thick coat from the luggage bag and took out a stack of banknotes from the secret pocket. Xiao Mo, we want the house back, but the old furniture in the house has been moved away. The street office compensated them 350 yuan. You keep this money. Su Mo had learned from Su Tinqian last time that the house in High City was allocated to their family, so she took it without any burden. Also, you should take this 500 yuan in overseas remittances. If those people don't fall, your parents will probably have to stay here. In this situation, it is actually the safest for them to hide here. Buy them more food. Don't be afraid to spend money. If the money is not enough, send a telegram to your aunt, and I will remit the money immediately. I have exchanged all your remittance vouchers for daily use. When the bills run out, write to your aunt, and I will exchange them for you. The day after the compensation for the furniture, the street office sent someone to return the remittances in full, and not a single remittance voucher was missing. Su Mo did not refuse and took all the money and bills. She really needed these things more than they did. When the time was almost up, the three of them went to the Liu family's side. Fu Manhua and her son were talking to Liu Boming in the living room, while Su Mo went to the kitchen to help Li Yui cook. Liu Yuji was there too, helping to roll out the dumpling wrappers. Lu Qing'an, who was helping to cut vegetables, saw Su Mo coming and quickly put down the kitchen knife and ran away. Before running away, he said to Li Yui, "You go cut the vegetables, let Xiaoma cook. She cooks deliciously." Li Yui was so angry that she raised her rolling pin and wanted to hit him with a hammer. This old man, asking him to help in the kitchen is like being tortured. Lu Qing'an was not lazy. He liked to do other things, but he didn't like to go into the kitchen. "It's okay, Mom, I'll help you," Su Mo said with a smile. "What do you want to cook?" "Xiao Mo, do you think this is okay for tonight? Make chicken stewed with mushrooms and vermicelli, roe deer meat stewed with cabbage, and the roast duck can be eaten directly, and then fry an egg and make some sauerkraut pork dumplings. While stewing, add some cornmeal cakes." "Okay, Mom, it's already very rich. You may not be able to eat so rich during the Chinese New Year. Your aunt and her family have come all the way here, so you have to treat them well."
Li Yue smiled.
In the countryside at this time, if the host can kill a chicken to entertain guests, it is definitely a very important guest. Chicken and mushrooms, Mom has already stewed them in that pot, and you can stew the roe deer meat in this pot over here. Su Mo nodded, and Lu Qing'an had already cut these ingredients. After lighting the fire, Su Mo fried the roe deer meat, added water and soy sauce, and stewed the cabbage. Before Lu Qing'an had time to cut the roast duck, Su Mo took it to the fire to roast it, and when it was hot, she sliced the duck with a knife. It was the first time that Li Yui had seen this, and she was a little surprised. "Is this how duck meat is cut?" "Yes, this roast duck should be sliced and eaten." "The duck skeleton, I will take a radish and cook a duck skeleton and radish soup later." This roast duck is just for the taste, so Su Mo didn't make it as complicated as in later times. With pancakes and mixed vegetables, just eat the meat directly. Li Yui was secretly shocked. Fortunately, the old man didn't have time to cut it just now, otherwise it would be a joke. Roe deer meat is tender, so it doesn't need to be stewed for too long. When it's almost done, Su Mo put it in a large bowl. After washing the pot, she added water, put the duck skeleton into stew, took a radish, cut it into cubes, and put it in to stew the soup together. In another pot, Li Yui also put corn cakes on it, and after serving all the vegetables, she prepared to cook dumplings. While Lu Yuji was cooking dumplings, Li Yui went out to take a look and saw that Lu Weiguo was already chatting with the two boys in the main hall, so she called him out. "What's wrong with your wife? When there are guests, she doesn't even show up." Li Yui asked in a bad tone. Lu Weiguo was also annoyed. "Mom, ignore her, let her be." Since Zhao Jiexiang and others went back to the brigade for criticism, Lu Hohot has never left the house again. Lu Fubao had no one to cook for him. He came a few times and Lu Hohot didn't say that she would not cook for him, but asked Lu Fubao to exchange for grain. Lu Fubao was not really a hard-working person. After all, he went to school. His grades were another matter, but he was still a junior high school student. So he moved 2 bags of grain to Lu Hohot's place, and he didn't eat here. He came to get it once a day and went home to eat it by himself. Influenced by this incident, Lu Guodong didn't go to school for several days. The 2 brothers stayed at home together every day, and they didn't look as lively as before. Then you keep an eye on her and don't let her make any trouble, Li Yue advised. Mom, don't worry, she won't make any trouble. Lu Weiguo said he saw that his wife seemed to be getting better these days. After the dumplings were cooked, Li Yue hurriedly called for dinner. Seeing so many dishes, Fu Manhua hurriedly said, Old sister-in-law, you are really hard to make so many dishes. It seems that I will have a good meal today. Oh, big sister, don't say that. We in the north are not as delicate as those in the south. You have to eat it. After the afternoon conversation, the 2 were no longer so polite and called each other relatives. The room was warm with a firewall, and the whole family gathered around and ate happily. Lu Qing'an even took out the roe deer blood wine that he had soaked some time ago, and everyone at the table drank 1 or 2 glasses. Lu Hohot next door listened and felt very sad. She thought someone would come to call her over, but unexpectedly no one came. After dinner, they chatted for a while, and then everyone went home to rest. Su Mo was tired from the busy day, so she went back to boil water and took a bath, and then went to sleep with Fu Manhua on the Kong. After drinking roe deer blood wine, the 2 women slept well. Sui Chen, a young man full of vigor, got up and practiced a whole set of military boxing before going to bed. On the other side, in the Lu family's main room, the couple were also chatting at night. The 3rd brother's family is really good. Her eldest cousin, who is only 1 year older than the 3rd brother, is already the head of the regiment at the age of 25. Her eldest aunt is also the director of a hospital, and her eldest uncle is a division commander. Lu Xingjuan sighed. The 3rd brother has had good vision since he was a child. Even when he married a wife, he picked a good one at first sight. At the beginning, everyone thought that the 3rd brother gave up the female soldier in the art troupe and married a female educated youth who went to the countryside, which was a loss. Now look, not only is she capable, but she also has a strong background. With such support from the Yu family, the 3rd brother's future will only get better and better. Lu Yuji was unhappy when she heard Lu Xingjuan's sour tone. What's the matter? Do you think you've lost out by marrying me?
How could that be?
Lu Xingjuan's heart skipped a beat, and he quickly said, We are just right.
I just said that.
I don't have the ability of the 3rd brother, and even those who are better wouldn't look down on me. Lu Yuji smiled and pinched Lu Xingjuan. It's good that you know. By the way, why didn't the 3rd brother's wife's parents come? Could something have happened? Lu Yuji asked in a low voice. It's possible. When the 3rd brother was going to get married, Dad also guessed so. But it shouldn't be a big deal. The eldest uncle is very capable. I guess it will be fine in a year or 2.
Lu Xingjuan said.
Her aunt gave our family a piece of cloth. What do you think we should give her when she goes back? Just wait and see what Mom gives, and we can add some when the time comes. Su Mo slept well the night before and got up early the next morning to make breakfast. She could handle it easily by herself, but now that her aunt and elder brother were here, it would be difficult to be careless. Su Mo took the pickled roe deer meat, chopped it up with onions, and prepared to make pancakes. When Su Mo got up, Fu Manhua also got up. Seeing how Su Mo mixed the dough and stuffing, it was obvious that she had done a lot of work. After Su Mo made the pancakes, Fu Manhua took a piece to taste first, and it was really very good. Fu Manhua broke off a small piece and gave it to Sui Chen, who was chopping wood in the yard. Try it. I didn't expect that Xiaoma, a child, has such skills. Sui Chen ate it and nodded. Xiaoma has really learned a lot during this period of time. She must have suffered a lot. Su Mo baked more than 20 pancakes in total. After that, she took 2 eggs and made an egg soup. After that, she invited the 2 to come in for breakfast. After breakfast, Su Yichen took the initiative to wash the dishes. Su Mo went back to her room and moved a jar with wild ginseng from the corner of the room. This wild ginseng was prepared by her for her uncle's family. She has been taking care of it with her supernatural powers during this period. Su Mo carefully dug out the wild ginseng. Although it didn't look as good as the one she gave to Lu Boming, it was not small. It should be several decades old. Fu Manhua was originally watching the vegetables planted by Su Mo in the living room. When she saw Su Mo taking out a fresh wild ginseng, she was very surprised. "Aunt, I dug this wild ginseng from the mountain some time ago. I have been growing it in a jar and waiting for you to take it back when you come,"
Su Mo said.
These days, there are also cases of lost packages. She would not mail wild ginseng, which is hard to buy even with money. Fu Manhua took the wild ginseng and looked at it, unable to say no. This wild ginseng is at least several decades old, and it is a good thing to save lives. Old Su is fine in the rear, but his two sons are on the front line. "Okay, Xiaoma, I will shamelessly take this thing." Su Mo waved her hand. "Aunt, we are a family, don't say that." Fu Manhua and Su Mo carefully cleaned the wild ginseng together. Then they took a bamboo basket to put it on the Kong, and slowly dried it with the heat of the Kong. After packing up the wild ginseng, Su Mo locked the door and took the two of them to stroll around the Lujia village brigade. They walked to the commune and found Gung Chongqing. At noon, they also had lunch in the commune cafeteria. On the way back, Su Mo went to the supply and marketing cooperative to have a look. Seeing that there was mutton for sale, she bought 2 catties. Mutton is cheaper than pork, and 2 catties only cost 1 yuan and 1 cent. 2 catties cost 2 yuan and 80 cents. She also bought 2 catties of Chinese sausages, which cost 2 yuan and 80 cents. After thinking for a while, she spent another $2 and bought 2 kilograms of bulk liquor. She was going to take it with her when she went to the cowshed. The weather was cold, and her parents could drink some occasionally to warm themselves up. She also bought 2 kilograms of cotton. Now that she had no shortage of cloth, she planned to make herself another cotton coat for exchange. After returning, Li Wei came over to chat for a while. In the evening, Su Mo made mutton soup, and the 3 of them went to bed early after eating. At around 11 o'clock, the 3 of them got up, took their things, and secretly went to the cowshed. The snowy night was really cold, and several people walked on the mountain with 1 foot deep and 1 foot shallow. Fu Manhua and Su Yichen looked at Su Mo, who was leading the way in front, and there was heartache in their eyes. Hearing from others is one thing, and experiencing it in reality is another. In the middle of the night, she was a woman carrying things and walking in the dark on the mountain. How scared must she be? "Xiao Mo, do you usually walk this road alone at night?" Fu Manhua asked softly. "Not all of them take this route. There are several roads on this mountain to get there. This one is closer," Su Mo said. "We used to go earlier in the morning. Now it's snowing, so it's easy to leave footprints in the morning. If we go at this time, when we get up in the morning, the footprints will be covered by snow." The wind and snow were strong, and the 3 of them didn't dare to talk much. They almost walked in silence all the way to the cowshed. Su Mo knocked on the door and called a few times as agreed. After waiting for a while, someone hurried out to open the door. Su Tingqian opened the door and was shocked to see 3 people at the door. He wanted to close the door reflexively, but stopped when he saw Su Mo clearly. "Momo, these..." "Uncle." Su Yichen called Su Tingqian softly in the Haisher dialect. Yichen?" Su Tingqian didn't see clearly, coming quickly. "Let's go back to the room and talk." After returning to the room, under the dim kerosene lamp, Fu Manhua finally saw Su Tingqian's appearance, and tears came down immediately. In her impression, her brother-in-law has always been high-spirited and suave, but the man in front of her has gray hair, a thin figure, and looks a bit like an old man.
Qianyu.
"What's wrong with you?" Fu Manhua choked up and couldn't speak. Looking at her once gentle and beautiful sister-in-law, she was also haggard and looked older than her as the eldest sister-in-law. Fu Manhua couldn't help it. She held Mo Yurong's hand tightly with one hand and covered her mouth with the other hand to prevent herself from crying out loud. All her previous dissatisfaction with her brother-in-law's family disappeared after seeing the miserable situation of the two. What was left was only heartache. Fortunately, Lao Su didn't come, otherwise, seeing his brother like this, I'm afraid he would fight with those people immediately. Sister-in-law, don't cry. Mo Yurong also choked with sobs to comfort Fu Manhua. It's just a skin. What does it matter, as long as the person is okay? Fu Manhua calmed down for a long time before she calmed down the sadness in her heart. Wiping the tears from her face, Fu Manhua gritted her teeth and said, You just hold on. Believe in your eldest brother. He will definitely find a way to rescue you from here. Su Tingqian waved his hand. Sister-in-law, tell your eldest brother not to act rashly. Now is the time when those people are in power. Don't make unnecessary sacrifices. The most important thing is to protect yourself. We're here now. Except for the hard work, it's actually not bad. Momo arranges food and clothing, and Chongqing takes care of your safety. My daughter. Son-in-law also helps. Once you get used to it, everything will be fine. Although Lu Chongzheng is a bad boy, he is a man of his words. He really arrested people, as he said, and he also found a way to rebuild the kitchen for them and got them a big iron pot so that it would be more convenient to cook in the future. Fu Manhua did not answer. Before coming, she also agreed with this idea, but now seeing them like this, she felt that she had to find a way to do something. Thinking back to the first time she met Su Tingqian, he had just returned from studying abroad. He was a young man with high spirits. He passionately expressed his ambitions in front of his brother and sister-in-law. The young eagle who wanted to soar in the blue sky eventually broke his wings in the cage, and now he is to live in the dark mud. At this moment, the faith in her heart was almost shaken, but fortunately, she soon came to her senses. It has never been the country that caused all this, but some people who stir up trouble. These aspiring forces must unite as soon as possible to correct the chaos, restore stability to the motherland, and restore political clarity. After Fu Manhua calmed down, Su Tingqian went to another room and called Zhang Zhen over. Seeing Zhang Zhen, Fu Manhua's eyes were moist again. Their family lives in Guangxi province, and they have little time to go back to High City every year, but Zhang Zhen still has a very high status in the hearts of the couple. An old senior who has dedicated his whole life to the country, and the people has ended up like this. This further strengthened Fu Manhua's previous thoughts. Although she is just a doctor, she has treated many bigwigs over the years, and she also has some connections. However, this matter needs to be planned, and planned well. Zhang Zhen was also very surprised to see Fu Manhua and Sui Chen. After hearing that they had returned to High City, he asked them about their current situation, and both of them answered seriously one by one. Su Mo mainly brought the two of them here this time and basically didn't say much. She just silently took the things she brought from the backpack and helped Mo Yurong put the things away. When Mo Yurong saw Su Mo bringing another earthenware jar over, she asked in a low voice, Momo, what is this? I'll make the mutton soup tonight. You can heat it up and eat it tomorrow to warm your body. Okay, Mom will go get a bowl. You can take this clay pot back later. Mo Yurong said. After the last incident with Lu Chongzheng, Mo Yurong always remembered that she should not keep anything that was brought in, lest it be used as a handle to harm her daughter. I'll go with you,
Su Mo said.
She happened to go to the kitchen to take a look. Although Lu Chongzheng said that he had arranged for the production team leader of Lijiao to do it in the name of reward, it was still better to see it with her own eyes. The mother and daughter went to the kitchen quietly. The small thatched house that used to be the kitchen had been demolished and replaced by a much larger adobe house than before. Chongzheng arranged for someone to build this kitchen. It used to be a thatched house, but now it has been built into an adobe house. He also built a new stove and equipped it with a large iron pot. Even the kitchen knife was replaced with a new one. The old one had several holes in it and was not easy to cut. Mo Yurong said softly. Mo Yurong was not as averse to Lu Chongzheng as Su Tingqian was to her son-in-law. After all, after observing him, she felt that this son-in-law was not bad. Su Mo felt sad. Mom, why didn't you tell me that you didn't have these things? Momo, other things are easy to hide, but pots and other daily necessities are not easy to hide. Emo Yurong said. Occasionally when they were cooking, someone would come to the cowshed to lead the cows and drive the donkeys. These things used outside must have a legitimate source. Su Emo turned on the flashlight, shone it in the kitchen, and took a basin with Emo Yurong and went back. The few of them didn't dare to stay too long, and went back at about the same time. On the way back, Fu Manhua and Sui Chen were silent. They have always been in the army and have never seen the living conditions of those transferred personnel before. When they arrived at the Lujia village brigade, the conditions at Sumo's mother-in-law's house were quite good, so she didn't feel that life in the countryside was so difficult. Tonight, when I arrived at the cowshed and faced the miserable situation, I was shocked. In that environment, even in the middle of winter, you can still smell a strong smell of cattle. If it's like this in winter, there will definitely be swarms of mosquitoes in summer. They're already taken care of by someone and their situation is relatively good. At least they can eat enough and don't have to suffer from the cold. You can imagine how miserable the situation of others is. Xiao Emo, take good care of your parents and wait for our good news. When they were about to return to Lujia village, Fu Manhua gritted her teeth and said, "Shomonari? Okay." After arriving home, Fu Manhua and Sui Chen did not sleep well all night. Sui Chen was holding his breath, and he got up at daybreak to chop firewood for Su Emo in the yard. Compared with his younger sister, he, as a brother, had too little to bear. Su Emo heard the noise and got up too. Seeing that it was already 6 o'clock, she began to make breakfast. Today's breakfast was simple. Su Emo cooked some corn grits and rice porridge, then cut some sausages and steamed them, and cut a plate of spicy cabbage. After breakfast, Sui Chen said he had something to find Gung Chongqing, so he rode Sumo's bicycle and went to the commune. Su Emo accompanied Fu Manhua to the Lu family to chat with Li Yue and others. At noon, Su Emo was going to go back to cook. As soon as she went out, she saw Lu Xiaolan coming back on a bicycle. Her eyes were still red, and she must have been crying. "Xiaolan, what's wrong with you?" Su Emo was a little surprised. Every time she saw Lu Xiaolan, she was smiling and she had almost never seen her cry. When she went to the supply and marketing cooperative yesterday, she did not see Lu Xiaolan. Her colleagues said that she was on vacation. Lu Xiaolan curled her lips and forced a smile. "It's okay. I just happened to be on vacation and went back to visit my family." "Then you go in quickly. It's cold outside. My aunt is here and is chatting with my parents in the main room. I'll go back to cook first." Seeing that Lu Xiaolan didn't want to talk, Su Emo didn't ask any more questions. About half an hour later, Fu Manhua also came back. The two waited until after 12 o'clock, but Sui Chen didn't come back, so they ate first. At noon, they had the leftover barley porridge from the morning. Su Emo heated up 2 pancakes from yesterday and fried some vegetables with lard. The white flour at home has been almost used up. Lu Chongzheng should be at home during this period. It is not convenient for Su Emo to take it from the space, so she thought about taking the wheat to the commune processing plant to grind flour in 2 days. After dinner, Fu Manhua went to the Kong in the west room to check the wild ginseng. Because the Kong has been burning all the time, it dries relatively quickly. It is estimated that it will be done after drying for about a day. In fact, wild ginseng is best dried in the sun, but now there is no condition, so it can only be placed on the Kong to let it dry in the shade. After a rest, Fu Manhua went to the Kong for a nap again. She had something on her mind last night and hardly slept, so she had to make up for it at noon. Seeing Fu Manhua sleeping, Su Emo also went to bed and slept for a while. In the afternoon, Su Emo heard a noise in the yard and got up to see. It was Sui Chen who came back. There was a bamboo basket hanging on the back seat of his bicycle, which was full of things. "Shumo." So, nominally he went to find Gung Chongqing, but actually he went to buy things? Su Emo hurriedly helped to take the things down, all of which were food. There were half a bag of rice, white flour, and cornmeal. Each bag was estimated to be 20 kilograms. There was also a large piece of pork, a large piece of pork fat, 2 fish, and eggs that were estimated to be 2 or 3 kilograms, which were placed in a straw basket and padded with wheat straw. He also bought her a bag of apples. Suemo was a little confused. Could it be that her brother saw that there was not much food in the jar in her cupboard and thought that she had nothing to eat? Brother, why did you buy so much? There are grains all over the shelves in my room. I just haven't had time to process them yet. Sui Chen waved his hand. It's okay. You can keep it and eat it. She looked like she had a lot of grain, but there were 3 people in the cowshed who needed her supply, so that was not enough. He could only help a little when he came here, and she had to rely on her alone to support the family. Lu's family. After hearing what Lu Xiaolan said, Li Yue was also anxious and angry. Did the doctor really say that it's not your problem? Li Yue asked. Anyway, I have no problem. I went for a checkup on purpose and showed her the report, but she didn't believe it and insisted that it was a woman's problem. As Lu Xiaolan spoke, her eyes became red again. Lu Xiaolan has been married for almost a year, and she has a good relationship with her husband, but her stomach has not moved until now. Her mother-in-law was anxious, and she found some folk remedies in the past 2 months and gave them to Lu Xiaolan every 2 or 3 days, which made Lu Xiaolan sick. In fact, Lu Xiaolan was also anxious, so she searched for a day and secretly went to the county hospital to see a doctor. The doctor said she was healthy and had no problems, and hinted that she could ask her lover to go for a checkup. She went back and told her mother-in-law about it, but her mother-in-law didn't believe it, saying that if there was no problem, how could there be no movement until now? Instead, she gave her more frequent folk prescriptions. Lu Xiaolan was really miserable. She asked Yang Jingming to go to the hospital for a checkup, but Yang Jingming thought that he was strong and healthy, and that aspect was also okay, so it shouldn't be his problem. Lu Xiaolan couldn't stand the medicine, so she went to the city again on vacation yesterday. As a result, the city hospital didn't find any problems with her and told her not to take medicine randomly, so as not to ruin her body. Lu Xiaolan asked the doctor to write a report for her and took it back to her mother-in-law, but her mother-in-law still didn't believe it and hinted that she bribed the doctor to write a false report. This made Lu Xiaolan very angry, and she got angry with Yang Jingming that night, asking him to tell his mother not to cook messy medicine for her anymore. As a result, her mother-in-law cooked another bowl of medicine for her early this morning. Usually they put it in a bowl, but today they used a large bowl. This was a blatant provocation. Lu Xiaolan had been spoiled by her family since she was a child, so she couldn't bear it. She immediately had a big quarrel with her mother-in-law and ran back to her parents' home. Li Wei was also anxious. It was always the women who were blamed for not being able to have children. Now that her daughter was fine, the problem must be on her son-in-law.
Then,
well, how is Jingming in that aspect? Li Wei still asked. Don't blame her son-in-law for not being able to succeed himself. Lu Xiaolan blushed slightly. Although she was carefree, she was still a little embarrassed to discuss her bedroom affairs with her mother.
That's
it. Lu Xiaolan muttered softly. What are you asking seriously? What kind of thing? Can it be done? Is it okay? Li Yue's expression was serious. If it can be done, it's okay. Then it shouldn't be that it can be done. Li Yue was also puzzled this. Your third sister-in-law's aunt is the director of the hospital. Why don't we go ask her? Not a bad idea, right? Looking at you, I don't think it's a big deal. Her aunt is a good person, and your third sister-in-law is not a gossiper. I was thinking that if you run back home, Jingming will definitely come to pick you up. If a professional doctor gives some advice, he should be able to listen to it. Lu Xiaolan thought for a while and said, Okay, then let us go and ask. Face is nothing. It's important to solve the problem. When the mother and daughter came over, Su Mo was heating up food for Sui Chen. As soon as Lu Xiaolan entered the door, she was shocked by the green vegetables in half of the room. Third sister-in-law, I didn't expect your vegetables to really grow. She had just planted it when she came last time, and it had grown so well in just 20 days. Su Mo smiled and said, It grows well on its own. Su Mo didn't deliberately speed up the growth of the vegetables this time. She just enhanced their vitality. They grew normally on their own.
Fu Manhua also got up at this time.
Seeing Li Yue coming, she quickly asked someone to come in and sit on the Kong to talk. After Su Mo heated up the rice, she brought it to Sui Chen. Sui Chen ate quickly, and finished it in just a few bites. After washing the bowl, he went outside to chop firewood. After Sui Chen went out, Li Yue lowered her voice and told her about Lu Xiaolan and then asked Fu Manhua, "Big sister, who do you think is at fault in this matter?" Fu Manhua had actually worked in the obstetrics and gynecology department for a period of time before, so she was clear about some of the issues, so she said, "Don't be shy, answer my questions truthfully." Lu Xiaolan nodded quickly. "Do you have frequently? How is the quality?" Fu Manhua had already entered the state of a doctor's consultation at this time. "It's quite frequent, and the quality is okay." Seeing that Lu Xiaolan didn't answer the point, Fu Manhua asked in detail, "How many times a week?" 2 to 3 times or so. "Did you pay attention to the duration of each time?" Lu Xiaolan was a little embarrassed. "No, I didn't pay much attention. It was probably about 10 minutes. Your husband's function is basically normal, but he may have some kidney deficiency. It shouldn't be a big problem. Usually, give him more kidney tonifying foods, such as sesame, black beans, mutton, loach, etc. Don't be too stressed. Having a child has a lot to do with your state of mind. There is a couple in our army. Both of them have no problems after examination, but they have been married for many years and just don't have children. No matter how hard they try, it doesn't work. Later, they didn't plan to have children. Once they relaxed their mentality, they got pregnant. After hearing what Fu Manhua said, Lu Xiaolan also breathed a sigh of relief. Talk to your mother-in-law nicely. If she doesn't listen, don't wrong yourself and don't drink too much to hurt your body. Don't argue with her. You can keep the medicine and pour it out secretly when she doesn't see it. I've been in the hospital for a long time. What kind of people have I not seen? Although they are a military hospital, there are scumbags in it, and it is not uncommon to see evil mothers-in-law bullying their daughters-in-law. Of course, it's best to persuade your husband to go to the hospital for a checkup. Lu Xiaolan quickly agreed. Her expression obviously improved, and she began to smile. But Su Mo felt vaguely not so optimistic. Logically speaking, there is not so much food pollution at this time like in later generations, which is prone to infertility. The two are only in their early 20s, and with such a frequency of, they should be able to get pregnant soon. After listening to Lu Xiaolan's description, she felt that Yang Jingming was very likely to have azoospermia. This disease is no secret in later generations, but it seems that it has not been discovered at this time, and there is no corresponding equipment to check. I hope it is not azoospermia as she thinks, otherwise Xiaolan will have to toss in the future. After solving the problem that was weighing on her mind, Li Yue chatted for a while and went back with Lu Xiaolan. On the way back, Li Yue secretly said to Lu Xiaolan, "There is roe deer blood wine at home. When Jingming comes to pick you up, you can bring a jar back to nourish him. This son-in-law looks tall and strong, but I didn't expect that he is not that useful. They just got married and they only have 3 or 2 times a week. When she and the old man first got married, they wanted to sleep on the Kong all day. In the evening, Gung Chongqing came over with a large piece of mutton and 2 bottles of wine. He had been busy for so many days and finally finished all the backlog of work. He finally had time to come over tonight to get together. Su Mo took the things and saw that Gung Chongqing also brought wine. She guessed that he was going to have a long talk with Sui Chen tonight, so she thought of cooking more dishes to prevent them from being hungry in the middle of the night. Since there was mutton, Su Mo thought of making a chestnut mutton stew. Then stew it in the small stove, and when you want to eat, just get a bowl. It will always be hot. Make some braised pork, some braised fish with radish, and stir-fry some vegetables with the lard residue from cooking the meat oil, and eat rice as the staple food. Dinner is considered rich. It was getting late, so Su Mo started to prepare. Chop the mutton into pieces and wash it, put it in a casserole and stew it on the small stove, then wash the rice and stew it. After several people helped Su Mo peel the chestnuts, Su Mo sent them to the West Room to chat. They haven't seen each other for several years, so they must have a lot to talk about. Although they usually contacted each other by phone, the phone bill was so expensive that they dared not say much. They would hang up in a hurry after finishing their business. While Su Mo was cooking, Lu Chongjing also came back with a pheasant in his hand. Su Mo looked and thought, everyone is here now. Lu Chongjing first went into the house to meet Fu Manhua and Su Yichen, then went out to kill the pheasant and brought it in for Su Mo. Su Mo hurriedly went to get hazel mushrooms and vermicelli and stewed the chicken. Seeing that so many people were there and the dishes were rich, everyone asked Lu Chongjing to go to Lu's house and call the three old people to come for dinner. When Lu Chongjing went to Lu's house, Fu Manhua hurriedly put away the wild ginseng in the west room that was almost 70% dried. Fu Manhua put the wild ginseng in the corner, and it would not be found if you didn't pay attention. Geng Chongqing only found it when Fu Manhua took it. Sister-in-law, where did you get the wild ginseng? Xiao Mo gave it to me. She saw it in the mountain some time ago, and kept it for us to take back. Fu Manhua said. Geng Chongqing smiled. This girl has encountered all the good things in this mountain. Wild ginseng and gold mines. Without great luck, how could they be found? Fu Manhua also smiled. That's right, this place can support this girl. Because the living room was occupied by Su Mo to grow vegetables, dinner had to be eaten on the Kong. There were too many people to sit down, so they were divided into 2 tables. The 5 men ate on the Kong in the west room, and the 3 women, including Su Mo, ate on the Kong in Su Mo's room. The Kong table was small, so the dishes were served in small bowls. The other dishes were stewed in a pot over a low fire and served after eating, which was quite warm. The group of people ate and talked, and it was past 9 o'clock in the evening before the 3 old men went home. After everyone left, Lu Chongjing talked about the gold mine. That day, they went back to Qingxi County to rest for a night, and the next morning, they took people up the mountain. First, they searched along the stream all the way to the source, and found a lot of gold-containing stones along the way. After searching for more than a day, they finally found a mine halfway up a mountain in the deep mountains. According to the preliminary survey of the survey team, the gold resource reserves of this gold vein are at least tens of tons, which is of great mining value. The specific reserves will have to wait until winter is over and the snow melts before a detailed survey. Although it is only a rough estimate, this reserve is enough. Everything they planned in Beijing should be realized. Now they just have to wait for the results to be reported and the appointment and dispatch from the state. Now the situation is confirmed. The army will send more troops in 2 days. We will first block the mountain and then open the road to it in winter. When the engineers come in the spring of next year, we can start mining. Lu Chongjing said. Geng Chongqing nodded and said, if there is a need to open the road, we can mobilize the members of our society. For mining roads like this, recruiting local people to help, there is no free one. After all, it is a hard job, at least 50 cents a day. The winter here is long, and the agricultural production of the new year will not start until April. It would be good to take the opportunity to let the members earn some extra money. Lu Chongjing nodded. If there is a chance to seek benefits for the villagers, he will naturally strive for it. Afterwards, the few people talked about other things. Su Mo listened for a while and prepared to go back to her room to sleep. The house is warm, and it is easy to feel sleepy after eating. After Su Mo and Fu Manhua went to sleep, Su Yichen's eyes on Lu Chongjing gradually became sharper. Lu Chongjing sat upright and let him look at him. I don't care what your purpose is in marrying Xiaoma, but if you dare to betray her, my Su family will not forgive you. I didn't marry her for any purpose. It was purely because I fell in love with her at first sight. Lu Chongjing said solemnly, I will never betray her in this life. Su Yichen looked at Lu Chongjing inquiringly for a while and said, in the 3 generations of my Su family, she is the only girl, and everyone dotes on her. She grew up in a honey pot for the first 18 years, and she never suffered any hardship at home. In the past 6 months, the family has undergone tremendous changes. She has suffered a lot and has endured too much alone. Seeing how outstanding she is now, I, as the eldest brother, feel both proud and distressed. It's not easy for her. You have to take care of her more and help her a little. If one day you feel that she is a burden, don't bully her or make her suffer. Call me, and I will come and take her away. Lu Chongjing's eyes were stern, and he said solemnly, there will never be such a day. He finally married his wife. He loved her so much. How could he bear to bully her and let her suffer? The two men looked at each other and drank a glass. Gung Chongqing smiled and drank a glass as well. No need, Yi-chen, I'm close. Just tell me. I promise to take her far away. Su Yi-chen toasted Gung Chongqing with a glass and said, Uncle Gung, I'll leave this to you. Su Yi-chen was only 5 years younger than Gung Chongqing, so he usually called him Brother Chongqing. This was the first time he called him uncle so seriously. Gung Chongqing smiled, you kid. Then he filled the glass and drank it in one gulp. Su Emo didn't know what time the three of them finished eating. She just seemed to hear someone go out in a daze. When she got up early in the morning, Su Emo found that there were still some dishes left, so she prepared to make some corn porridge to eat with the remaining dishes. When Su Emo was making a fire, she heard the door of the west room open. She turned around and saw that it was Gung Chongqing. Gung Chongqing saw that Su Emo saw him, and there seemed to be disappointment in his eyes, so he said, he left 2 hours ago. He had to go back to the mountain to arrange things. The group of soldiers were still camping in the snow on the mountain. As the main commander, Lu Chongzheng could not leave for too long.
Oh.
Su Emo responded, Uncle Gung, what time did you chat last night? Why did you get up so early? 1 or 2 o'clock. Gung Chongqing did not pay much attention to the time. I have always been a light sleeper. After that, Gung Chongqing looked at the vegetables planted by Su Emo with interest and asked, Xiao Emo, how did you think of growing vegetables in the house? I saw it in the book sent back by my uncle before.
Su Emo said.
Then she briefly told Gung Chongqing about the principles of greenhouse vegetable planting that she had learned from her agricultural knowledge during this period. Anyway, the book sent back by the uncle had been seized by the group of people who had confiscated the house, so they had no way to verify it. Gung Chongqing listened with interest. This was indeed a very advanced planting concept. If it could be promoted, the problem of eating vegetables in winter for the people in the north would be greatly improved. It seems that this girl's desire for a position as an agricultural researcher was not aimless, and she had something in her hands. As the head of the commune, he thought further. When the gold mine is mined, the flow of people in Hongqi commune will definitely increase. I dare not say what food those people eat, but vegetables will definitely be solved nearby. Then the brigade in this area can add another sideline of growing vegetables. While eating breakfast, Su Emo learned from Su Yi-chen that they were going to leave and go back tomorrow. The holiday was limited and the journey was long, so Su Emo could not keep them. After breakfast, she got busy. She took out all the pork that Su Yi-chen bought yesterday and chopped it, and went to the west room to grab a few handfuls of dried hazel mushrooms to soak. Su Emo was going to make some mushroom meat sauce for them to take back and mix with rice. Xiao Emo, don't worry, we can just buy food on the train. Fu Manhua thought Su Emo was making food for them on the train. Aunt, here's the mushroom meat sauce I made. Uncle hasn't eaten anything I made yet. You can take it back and let him try it.
Su Emo said.
Fu Manhua smiled when she heard it. Okay. By then, your uncle will probably eat 3 more bowls of rice. Fortunately, Li Yue brought some soybean paste last time. Although the effect may not be as good as bean paste, it is also very fragrant. When Su Emo was making it, Fu Manhua smelled it so fragrant that when it was done, she immediately scooped a mouthful to taste it. It's delicious. Xiao Emo, not to mention your uncle, and will eat 3 more bowls of rice. Fu Manhua gave a thumbs up. The meat sauce was ready, but what to put it in was another problem. Su Emo thought that she seemed to have seen a canned fruit bottle at Lu's house before, so she prepared to go to Lu's house to ask for it. When Li Yue heard Sumo say that Fu Manhua and the others were leaving tomorrow, she quickly found all the cans for Sumo, and then she started to work on it herself. There were 5 bottles in total, and Su Emo estimated that they were just enough. After washing the bottles and waiting for the mushroom meat sauce to cool down, Su Emo bottled and sealed them. After filling 5 bottles, there was still some left, which she saved for noodles at noon. Lunch was casual. Su Emo made some hand-rolled noodles, paired with fresh vegetables picked from the house, and mixed with mushroom meat sauce. It was so delicious that Fu Manhua ate 2 large bowls. In the afternoon, Su Emo started making dumplings again. The ingredients were limited, so she only prepared 2 fillings. One was filled with leeks and eggs, and the other was filled with cabbage and oil residue. The leeks were also freshly cut in the house. Although they were a little tender, they were emerald green and looked very pleasing to the eye. Seeing Su Mo's skilled look, Fu Manhua sighed. Xiao Mo, you have suffered. Su Mo blinked and smiled. Aunt, it's not hard. How many people can't eat white flour dumplings? Fu Manhua touched Su Mo's head, her eyes a little moist. This is a good child. In the afternoon, Li Yue came over with a backpack filled with things for Fu Manhua. Sister, I heard from Xiao Mo that you will be back tomorrow, and we don't have anything good here, so I got some local specialties for you. Li Yue said as she took things out. This wolf skin was caught by the brigade 2 years ago. You can take it back and make a pair of knee pads for your uncle-in-law. I heard that the south is very humid. You must protect your knees in winter. This dried river fish was caught from the river in front of the brigade. The meat is very fragrant.
You can take it back.
When cooking, cut some shredded and add a little soy sauce to steam it. It tastes good with rice or steamed buns. This cured rabbit meat is also caught in the mountains. It is cured and dry, so there is no need to worry about it going bad. You can take it back and eat it. As he said this, he took out 3 pieces of cured rabbit meat. These hazel mushrooms and walnuts were given by my eldest daughter-in-law. This cured lamb leg was given by my second daughter-in-law. There are not many good things in the countryside. Don't despise them. Fu Manhua was stunned for a moment when she saw Li Yue taking so many things. After hearing what Li Yue said, she hurriedly said, Oh, sister-in-law, what are you talking about? Which of these is not a good thing? They are hard to find in the south. I came here empty-handed, and I took so many when I left. How can I feel embarrassed? If the journey was not long, I really should have brought more gifts. Don't say that, sister. The cloth you gave is of such quality and color that we can't buy it here. I picked up all these things from the mountains, please don't despise them. The two exchanged some traditional Chinese kung fu before Li Yue left. Because they had to leave early tomorrow morning, Fu Manhua packed up and went to bed early. The next day, at about 3 in the morning, Su Mo got up quietly, boiled water in one pot, and cooked dumplings in another. Su Yichen said that 2 members of the survey team were going back to Beijing today, and the army had a car to take them to the railway station, so they could just take a ride together. Lu Changzheng had already made arrangements and would come to the brigade headquarters to pick them up at around 5 in the morning. Not long after, the mother and son also got up, and after washing up, they ate hot dumplings again. Su Mo cooked all the dumplings and put the rest in lunch boxes for the mother and son. If they couldn't fit, she put them in an enamel pot with a lid. Aunt, take all these dumplings with you, get some hot water on the train, and heat them up in it. Homemade dumplings taste better than the food on the train.
Okay.
Fu Manhua nodded. Her eyes were already a little moist. Xiaoma, you have to be well. If you have any problems, just call us.
Yes.
Su Mo nodded, feeling a little bitter in her heart. When the time was almost up, the 3 of them carried their luggage to the brigade headquarters. The weather was relatively good today, and it didn't snow. When passing by the Lu family, Lu Qingyan and his wife, Lu Xingjuan and Lu Weigua all stood up to see them off. Even Lu Boming went to the intersection and talked to the mother and son for a while. Several people sent the 2 all the way to the brigade headquarters, and after waiting for less than 5 minutes, the pickup car arrived. After getting in the car, Fu Manhua had tears in her eyes, rolled down the window, and kept waving. After this farewell, I don't know when I will see you again. Xiaoma, take care. Su Yichen said to Su Mo before driving away. Yes. Brother, take care of yourself too. Su Mo also had tears in her eyes. She was still not very good at parting. When the car drove away and could no longer be seen, they went back. Li Yue patted Su Mo on the back and comforted her. Xiao Mo, don't be sad. When the 3rd brother has a day off, let him accompany you back to your mother's house.
Shumonari.
After arriving home, Su Mo felt that the house was a little empty again. People are like this, they get used to the days with many people, and then suddenly they are alone and feel empty. Su Mo sighed, thinking about going to the west room to put away all the bedding. The bedding in the west room had been neatly folded by Su Yichen and placed on the Kong. Next to the bedding, there was a stack of money. $31.80. Su Emo held back her tears all morning and cried in an instant. I'm afraid that the eldest brother only kept the fare and gave her the rest of the money. Su Emo was emo for a while, then she pulled herself together to clean the house. She cleaned the place, washed what needed to be washed, and hung it in the house to let it dry naturally. The house had a fireplace and a Kong, so it was quite dry. She hung a wet quilt cover and bed sheet and used it as a humidifier. After that, Su Emo took out the steamed buns she had steamed before from the space, had an early lunch, and went asleep on the Kong again. She didn't know why, but she was always sleepy these days, and she didn't know if her period was coming. Thinking of her period, Su Emo felt something was wrong. It seemed that she didn't have her period for a whole month last month. Logically speaking, the original owner's body had been adjusted by her, and she should have her period every month. Su Emo mobilized her supernatural powers, thinking about continuing to adjust it, but she didn't expect that when she was running her supernatural powers, she felt two very weak vitality in her lower abdomen. Su Emo jumped up in shock. What the is this? Is she pregnant? But isn't it difficult for people with supernatural powers to get pregnant? In the end times, it is no secret that people with special abilities have difficulty getting pregnant. Because of this, no matter how fierce Lu Chongjing was, Su Emo never considered the issue of contraception. In the past 10 years of the end times, there have been only a handful of children born to female people with special abilities. And not only women, but also male people with special abilities find it extremely difficult to make their partners pregnant. Why did she get pregnant after just a few times? Su Emo was a little bald, a little bit unbelievable, and a little panicked at the same time. She was not prepared to be a mother at all. Su Emo did not give up and mobilized her special abilities to feel it again. Sure enough, there were two weak vitality. One of the vitalities seemed to feel her temptation and even interacted with her. Su Emo jumped up again in fright. What the is this? Why can it interact? Is she pregnant with a person with special abilities? But if you calculate the time, it's only 15 days at most. It's still an embryo, right? How can she know how to interact with superpowers?
Su Montag was schocket.
Could it be that she was pregnant with a monster? Su Emo used her special powers to test again, but this time, no matter how she tested, the vitality did not interact with her again. Su Emo breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, she was not pregnant with a monster. But when she thought that she was already pregnant with two babies, Su Emo sat on the Kong dejectedly again, not knowing what to do for a while. If they must have won, and it will be her, she cannot deprive them of the right to have children. But what should she do after having them? The career she has laid out has just started. It is obviously not the most appropriate time to get pregnant at this time. She doesn't know if she can still get the promised position after she gets pregnant. Moreover, she has never taken care of a child. She doesn't know if she can be a good mother. Su Emo was a little panicked and couldn't adapt to this new identity for a while. Su Emo was so irritable that she simply lay back on the Kong, covered with a quilt, and went to sleep. In the evening, Lu Chongjing came back and saw that the room was dark and there seemed to be no one. When he entered the room, he found his wife leaning on the Kong, looking depressed. Seeing this, Lu Chongjing's heart ached. He walked over and hugged Su Emo gently. Wife, don't be sad. I'll take a vacation next year and accompany you to visit uncle and his family. Su Emo didn't respond. After a while, she said faintly, Lu Chongjing, I'm pregnant. Lu Chongjing didn't react for a while. What? Su Emo suddenly remembered that it seemed that normal people couldn't feel that they were pregnant at this time, so she changed her words and said, My period didn't come. I might be pregnant. Lu Chongjing was stunned at first, but after reacting, he began to feel a little sweet in his heart. He was so happy that he picked Su Emo up from the Kong. Wife, are you serious? Lu Chongjing's eyes were as bright as stars. Lu Chongjing's joy also infected Su Emo a little. Lu Chongjing, do you like children? Generally, I can't say I like them, but I don't dislike them either. But I like the children you gave birth to for me, wife. Su Emo curled her lips. It must be said that this man is a talker. Wife, what about you? Do you like our child? Lu Chongjing felt a little uneasy. Anyone with eyes could see that Su Emo was not happy. What if his wife said she didn't like it? Would she just not want the child? Thinking of this, Lu Chongjing couldn't help but hold Su Mo's hand tightly. In fact, after he found his father-in-law and mother-in-law in Lijiao, he had thought that his wife might not have married him because she liked him. Maybe she wanted to have a separate residence so that she could take care of her parents. But so what? This woman is his, and she will only be his in this life. He also has the confidence that his wife will slowly like him as they get along in the future. But now they've been together for too short a time. What should he do if his wife doesn't want their child? After a long time, Su Emo spoke. Lu Chongjing, I don't know. I don't know if I can be a good mother. Hearing Su Emo say this, Lu Chongjing's heart was finally at ease, and he comforted her softly. Wife, you are so smart. You will definitely be a good mother in any situation. What if I can't? Su Emo turned away. Children are not adults. They are very difficult to take care of. Medical conditions are so poor now. What if there is a problem during pregnancy? Or the child gets sick after birth? What should I do? He can't speak. Feeling Su Mo's nervousness, Lu Chongjing gently patted her back to comfort her. Wife, no, don't be afraid. We are all strong and healthy, and the baby will be fine. Then, go to the hospital for regular checkups every month. Don't be afraid if the baby is sick, there are doctors. The order from the army will come down soon. I can be here, and I will accompany you. Don't worry about my parents. I will be here, and I will take good care of them. Knowing that his wife didn't want to give birth to his child, but was afraid that she couldn't take good care of it, Lu Chongjing felt relieved and distressed. She had been under too much pressure during this period of time, due to the sudden change. Now she suddenly had to take on another identity. She probably felt a little overwhelmed. It was not easy to secretly deliver things to the cowshed, and she had to be on guard against the dark hands from High City at all times. The things at home were probably overwhelming her. He had to take her burden for her, so that she could feel at ease and relaxed. Wife, I'll take care of everything. Lu Chongjing kissed Su Mo's forehead and continued to comfort her. I'll take care of all the housework in the future. You just need to rest at home. Needless to say, after being persuaded by Lu Chongjing, Su Mo's irritability was reduced a lot. You said, if I get pregnant at this time, will the position promised to me be lost? Lu Chongjing smiled. Wife, don't worry about it. The boss will not break his promise. Besides, the person who makes the specific arrangements is Uncle Gung. Not to mention that you are just pregnant. Even if you're going to give birth the next day, he will arrange the position for you. Su Emo thought about it. That's true. In later generations, people have seen too many news about being fired for pregnancy and have forgotten the specialness of this era. At this time, jobs are all for one person, a safe and secure job, and can be passed on to children. It's her appearance that's wrong. It's probably affected by estrogen and progesterone. After thinking it through, Su Emo didn't bother about it anymore. Since she already has it, she just needs to take good care of it. As for work, let's take it one step at a time, as long as the position can be given. When do you think those appointments will be issued? Su Emo asked Lu Chongjing. Seeing that his wife's eyes had regained their former agility, Lu Chongjing breathed a sigh of relief. No matter what, they will be issued this month. It was only December 1st, and a month was enough time for the higher-ups to get things done. Wife, you take a rest first, I'll go cook. Lu Chongjing gently put Su Emo on the Kong and lit the kerosene lamp for her. His wife was pregnant now, so she couldn't be tired. As for the word maybe that Su Emo said, he simply ignored it. Lu Chongjing cut some sausages and steamed them with rice, fried eggs, and stir-fried some vegetables with animal oil. He had to get more things to nourish his body. He didn't dare to let his wife eat meat every day, but he still had to ensure that there were eggs every day and the nutrition had to keep up. After dinner, Lu Chongjing began to have troubles again. There is still a lot of work to be done in the mountains now. He can't come back every day. It's good enough to come back every 2 or 3 days. Moreover, after the appointment is given, he will definitely have to go back to the army to hand over the work. Wife, why don't you tell my mother? Let her come to cook in the future? Lu Chongjing said. Duent, I'm not sure yet. Although she is sure. Even if she is really pregnant, there is no need for others to cook. Other women in the brigade have to work in the fields when they are pregnant. I am not so bad that I can't even cook a meal.
But you just...
He saw that his wife was not in a very good state just now. He had heard from a married comrade that when this wife was pregnant, she needed someone to accompany her the most. I just thought about it wrongly before. It's fine once you figure it out. Don't tell your mother.
Shomorimaindi.
She still wanted to read and study at home. If someone came over all the time, it would be really inconvenient. She was used to being independent, so she didn't need someone to cook for her when she was pregnant. After the work was over, she had to go to work again. I'm worried that you'll be tired. Su Emo smiled. It's just cooking, you won't be tired. If I were really tired, I would tell you. Okay. Wife, if you feel uncomfortable, you must tell me. When sleeping at night, Lu Chongjing was extremely honest, and he would get up from time to check whether Sumo's quilt was covered. For nearly 10 days after that, Suemo stayed at home and did not go out. Lu Chongjing also tried to come back once every 2 or 3 days, and every time he came back, he would bring some game. After all, they were working in the deep mountains and they had weapons in their hands, so they could get a lot of things. The soldiers stationed there also relied on these prey for their meals. During this period, Su Emo was studying and writing manuscripts at home, and she also took the time to make herself a cotton coat. Originally, she wanted to make one for Lu Chongjing, but Lu Chongjing was afraid that she would be tired, so he didn't let her, saying that the army had issued it. Occasionally, Li Yue would come to Su Emo to chat. Fu Manhua and others also returned to Guangxi province on the evening of the 8th, and sent a telegram to Su Emo on the same day to report their safety. On this day, Ma Xiaowan came to play with Su Emo and told her some things about the educated youth. She said that the old educated youth Lin Xia, her family found a partner for her, and asked her to go back for a blind date during the winter. If it is suitable, Lin Xia may be able to return to the city by getting married. She also talked about some conflicts in the educated youth camp, and lamented that Sumo's decision to marry and stay away from the educated youth camp was a wise move. I heard that there will be another batch of educated youth coming next spring. There are 10 people now, and there are so many conflicts. I don't know what will happen if another batch comes in the future.
Ma Xiaoyuan sighed. There are so many people.
If your financial conditions allow, you can see if you can apply to build a house near the educated youth camp. Living alone will make life more comfortable.
Shomoshegyesti.
Ma Xiaozhuan's eyes lit up. How much does it cost to build a house? Su Emo didn't know the exact amount, and gave a rough range. For an adobe house, it may cost 70 or 80. After all, she has nothing from adobe to wood. Everything has to be bought by others. Ma Xiaowan pondered for a moment. Okay, wait until spring and see how many people come. At noon, Su Emo invited Ma Xiaowan to have lunch. She cooked corn porridge, cut some cured roe deer meat, and most importantly, fried 2 kinds of green vegetables. Ma Xiaowan was very satisfied with the meal. Normally, people don't think green vegetables are that good, but in winter when there are no vegetables to eat, green vegetables are considered top-notch delicacies. Su Emo has been planting these vegetables for a month and a half, and they can be eaten one after another. Su Emo picked some of the better ones and sent them to the Lu family, asking Li Yue to be in charge of the distribution. On December 12th, the reward and appointment documents for the gold mine came down. Geng Chongqing was promoted to the secretary of the Qingxi County Party Committee, Lu Chongzheng was promoted to the head of a certain regiment, and Su Emo was appointed as a special agricultural researcher of Hongqi Commune. The 3 appointments officially took effect on January 1st, 1972. In addition to Sumo's work as a special researcher, her superiors also secured a bonus of 500 yuan for her. This bonus was specially delivered by a cadre of a certain county committee the day after the appointment was issued. A commendation meeting was also held in the brigade to praise Su Emo for discovering the gold mine and her selfless reporting spirit. Then, They began to brag about what these cadres of a certain committee had done, what results they had achieved, and what achievements they had made. Su Emo braved the wind and snow, stood on the podium of the brigade, and smiled falsely, listening to the cadre's long-winded official language, and she wished she could kick him off the stage. Finally, after the cadre had been talking for more than an hour, Su Emo finally received the money and hurried down. The members of the Lujia village brigade were all excited. They had never thought that a gold mine would be found in their mountain. This was a great thing. With the mining industry nearby, their lives would probably be even better. The militia members who had participated in the mountain patrol before felt a little uncomfortable. Why didn't they open their eyes a little more at the beginning? Otherwise, the honor, the reward, and the job would all be theirs. After sending the county cadres away, Lu Bagua patted Lu Qing'an on the shoulder and said, "You old man, you kept it secret so well that you didn't leak a word." Lu Qing'an smiled and said, "This matter needs to be kept secret. How can you talk nonsense?" In fact, he felt very bitter in his heart. The three grandfathers and grandchildren knew about it, but they kept it from him alone. On the other side, Aunt Chunfeng was also teasing Li Yue. "No wonder you love your youngest daughter-in-law the most. This is really a gold nugget." Li Yue smiled and nodded. Yes, it is a gold nugget. She said that Xiaoma was a lucky star, and now she even found a gold mine. The two of them were talking and laughing, and they happened to meet Li Tsuehua, who was walking back with her head down. Li Tsuehua glanced at Li Yue and walked away. She no longer had the energy to compare. In the afternoon, Lu Changzheng also came back. After being appointed, he had to go back to the army to hand over his work. This time he would be away for at least half a month, and he had to come back to see his wife first. There were some things he had to talk to his family about. After packing up, the couple went to Lu's house. In Lu Boming's room, Lu Changzheng told several elders and two brothers that he had been promoted to regiment commander and would lead troops to be responsible for the development of the gold mine in the future. Lu Weiguo was on vacation today and happened to be at home. Everyone was very happy. This was a 3-level promotion. If it were to happen step by step, it would take many years. Moreover, the person was transferred to the front, so he didn't have to see him every few years like before. Third brother, who is more senior, the regiment commander or the county party secretary? Lu Weiguo asked. The county party secretary is the highest official in Qingxi County. They are of the same level. Lu Changzheng said. Lu Weiguo gave a thumbs up, okay. Third brother. Although Lu Boming was also happy, he still said to Lu Changzheng in a serious tone, "This kind of thing can only be encountered by chance, so just take the shortcut once. In the future, you still have to be down to earth, and using military merit to climb up is the right way." He was afraid that his grandson would have some bad ideas because the shortcut was too easy. "Grandpa, I know, don't worry," Lu Changzheng said solemnly. He didn't expect that he could be promoted directly to the head of the regiment. Among them, he was afraid that the leader had made great efforts and repaid his grandfather's kindness to him. "Okay, I've told you the matter. You should go quickly, don't let people wait too long." Lu Boming waved his hand and asked Lu Changzheng to go quickly. The car to take him was waiting at the brigade headquarters. Lu Changzheng nodded, carried the things and left. It was windy and snowy, so he didn't ask anyone to take him back, especially Su Emo, who kept urging her to go back. After Su Emo left, Lu Changzheng came back, pulled Li Yue aside and whispered, "Mom, my wife is pregnant. Please help take care of her during my absence." Li Yue was so angry that she slapped him. "You child, why didn't you tell me earlier?" At noon, people were still blowing the cold wind on the podium for an hour or so. If they knew that she was pregnant, they would not let anyone go up. "My wife doesn't let me tell you," saying that she is not sure. But she hasn't had her period for more than a month, so it is likely that she is pregnant. "Does she have symptoms of morning sickness?" Lu Changzheng shook his head. "I haven't seen her." On the contrary, his wife's appetite is amazing. She used to eat only 1 bowl of rice in one meal, but now she eats 2 bowls. "Okay, I know, you go quickly." Li Wei waved her hand. The third brother went to the army this time and would be back soon, so she was not so sad. After returning to the room, Li Yue thought that some people would not when they have morning sickness. Xiao Imo might really be pregnant. Seeing Li Yue thinking, Lu Qing'an asked, "What did the third brother want to talk to you about? Why couldn't she tell him everything?" Li Yue rolled her eyes at him and said, "He said you might be a father again."
What?
He said his wife might be pregnant and asked me to take care of her during this period. Really? Lu Qing'an was also happy. Although he had been a father several times, this was the first child for the third brother. The third brother was promising, and he was looking forward to his children. "How many eggs are there at home?"
Give them all to Xiama.
"I saw a bag of milk powder in the cabinet a few days ago. You can take it too. It's up to you to arrange it." Li Yue scolded with a smile. "Wait for me to go over and ask about the situation first." Since Su Imo realized that she was pregnant, she used her supernatural power to warm the two embryos from time to time. Now she doesn't need to deliberately perceive it. She can feel their strong vitality. Since the vitality of those two guys became stronger, Su Imo felt that she was very easy to get hungry. It seems that most people can't eat when they first get pregnant, so why is she so hungry? The birth rate is low in the end times, and she hasn't collected any books on pregnancy and childbirth, so she doesn't know much. But as long as the embryo is vigorous, there shouldn't be a big problem. Just eat when hungry. After returning home, Su Imo was hungry again, so she took out an apple from the space and ate it. She knew a little that when pregnant you should eat more apples, grapes, and the like so that the baby will have white skin and big eyes. So, Su Imo now eats at least one apple every day. There are about 400 kilograms of apples in her space, which is enough for her to eat until the baby is born. After Su Imo finished eating the apple and was about to rest, Li Yue came over. Li Yue put the eggs she brought on the table and asked with a smile, "Xiao Imo, have you felt anything different recently?" When Su Imo saw Li Yue like this, she knew that Lu Changzheng must have said it. She didn't hide it and said, "You get sleepy and hungry easily." Li Yue slapped her thigh. "That's it. Xiaoma, you should be pregnant. Don't be too tired recently. Sleep when you are sleepy. Don't be reluctant to eat. The child needs nutrition to grow. Mother brought you half a basket of eggs. You eat first, and I will buy more after you finish eating." Li Yue smiled so hard that her teeth were exposed. The third brother and his wife are both good-looking, and the child born will definitely be very good-looking. Li Yue saw that the bedding on the Kong was spread out, and knew that Su Imo was sleepy. Without waiting for her to answer, she said, "You go to sleep. Mother has nothing to do. Just come to see." After that, she left in a hurry again. Su Imo also knew Li Yue's character, and after asking her to walk slowly, she lay down and took a nap. After Li Yue went back, she told Lu Qing'an the exact situation. Then she said with some worry, "Xiaoma will go to work in the commune next month. She is pregnant now. I am really worried about her riding a bike in the wind and snow. How about this? You can borrow a donkey cart from the team. This winter, you can send her off in the morning and pick her up in the evening." Li Yue said. Lu Qing'an. How can a father-in-law pick her up and drop her off to work every day when her daughter-in-law is pregnant? This is not good, right? How about asking the second son to give her a ride? The second son has to go to work every day anyway. Li Yue thought about it and felt that it was not appropriate. Riding a bike is dangerous. What if she falls? It is safer to ride a donkey cart. But as a father-in-law, what's the big deal about picking up and dropping off my daughter-in-law every day? To avoid being gossiped by those gossipers. If it was a daughter, it would not matter. Everyone has nothing to do during the winter, but when this person has nothing to do, he likes to talk nonsense and gossip. Li Yue thought about it, and it made sense. There were many dirty people. Then you teach me how to drive a donkey cart. I'll learn it and send it off in the future, Li Yue said. Although she had never driven a donkey cart, she had ridden it many times and knew a little bit. Learning it would be safer. Lu Qing'an thought about it and felt that it was okay. After the couple discussed it, Lu Qing'an went to Lu Boming's room and told him the good news. Finally, there was something he knew before his father. He was not like them, who liked to hide everything. This good thing should be shared. As soon as Lu Changzheng returned to the army, He was called to the office by the division commander. When he saw Lu Chongzheng, the division commander did not beat around the bush and asked directly, "Chongzheng, I saw your transfer order. Have you really decided?"
Yes.
Lu Chongzheng stood up straight and answered loudly. The division commander stared at Lu Chongzheng and said after a while, "Lu Chongzheng, you are not suitable for the logistics unit." Although he became a regiment commander, that regiment was a logistics support regiment. For someone as motivated and potential as Lu Chongzheng, he really didn't want him to go there. He should stay on the front line. Although he might not be able to be promoted so quickly, his prospects would definitely be better than going to that regiment. If he went to that regiment, he might stop at the position of regiment commander. But if he stayed in his current position with Lu Chongzheng's ability, he believed that he would sooner or later climb to his current position and might even go further than him. The division commander sighed and said, "Sit down. I have something to tell you." After Lu Chongzheng sat down, the division commander took out a document from the drawer and handed it to Lu Chongzheng. "This is an order from the superiors. They want to select talents from our army to form a flexible, capable, well-equipped, fast-moving, well-trained, and combat-capable special task force to perform special tasks. Over the years, you have completed every task very well. You are a rare sharp knife soldier in our army. I originally wanted to recommend you to the superiors to lead the formation and training of this special task force. Unfortunately, your transfer order came down before I submitted this letter of recommendation." Lu Chongzheng clenched his fists. In his bones, he is a wild person who likes to accept challenges. If he had heard that such a team was to be formed before, he would definitely be the first to sign up.
But now,
he knows the pressure his wife is carrying, and he has promised that he will accompany her to face it. Since he promised her, he can't break his promise. Seeing that Lu Chongzheng didn't say anything, the division commander continued, "You completed the last mission very well, and you have the credit for discovering the gold mine. If you want to continue to stay in the frontline troops, I can mediate and promote you to the deputy regimental level. Although it is not as high as the current regimental level position, you should know that the prospects of the frontline troops are far from comparable to those of the logistics troops." Lu Chongzheng was very grateful to the division commander for valuing him and considering his future, but he still gritted his teeth and said, "Division commander, I have made up my mind." The division commander was a little angry. "Lu Chongzheng, don't you love shooting the most? You practice shooting so hard, just to command mining one day?" Lu Chongzheng's eyes were a little red because of what the division commander said. He closed his eyes, gritted his teeth, and said, "Division commander, my wife is pregnant." The division commander's words were choked in his throat before he could say them. After a long while, he put down his hand dejectedly and said, "I know, you go." After saying that, he waved his hand to let Lu Chongzheng go out. The frontline troops sounded glorious, and brave soldiers all wanted to come here. But it is indeed dangerous here, and no one can guarantee that they can come back safely every time. Maybe one day they will die for their country. Since his wife is pregnant, let him be more at ease. Sure enough, the land of gentleness is the tomb of heroes. Lu Chongzheng endured the bitterness in his heart, stood up, and saluted solemnly to the division commander. Then he turned around and strode away. When Lu Chongzheng was closing the door, the division commander called him again. "If you want to come back one day, call me." After saying that, the division commander waved his hand and let him go. After coming out of the division commander, Lu Chongzheng was called over by the brigade commander and the regiment commander. Like the division commander, the brigade commander did not quite understand his decision, but also respected his choice. The regiment commander, who was most familiar with him, understood him a little. He patted his shoulder and said, "Is it for your wife? So sometimes life is really difficult. When ideals and family conflict, it's really hard to choose either one." The regiment commander was also deeply troubled by family affairs. Lu Chongzheng pulled the corner of his lips and said, "My wife is pregnant. I will settle down for a few years, and don't let her worry. As for the future, we'll talk about it later." The logistics unit did a good job and had its own outstanding features. But He didn't actually plan to stay in the logistics unit forever, but it was difficult to plan for the future now, so he could only make plans when the time came. Liu Changjung has always been a person who sets a goal and takes action quickly. Since he has decided to transfer, he will hand over his work to the person who will take over his job as quickly as possible and then go to the new unit in advance to understand the situation. When Liu Changjung was busy, Su Mo lived a very chic life at home. Now that she has a job, Su Mo is not going to submit articles to multiple newspapers anymore. She will only submit to Haisher newspaper, which pays for her articles. After writing and sending out the articles for Haisher newspaper, Su Mo began to study, eat, and sleep in a cycle. After starting work, she plans to use the knowledge she has learned, combined with actual research, to write some papers to see if they can be published in academic journals such as Science Bulletin. As long as she can get one article published, it will be much easier for her to make friends with the bigwigs. During this period, Geng Chongqing came. He is also handing over his work now. He has used his connections to help the former President Li Hongjun become the secretary. After 4 years of cooperation, Li Hongjun has become a member of Geng Chongqing's party. Helping him to the top position will help him continue to control the Red Flag Commune. After all, there are people here that he cares about and wants to protect, and he dare not slack off. However, someone has already intervened in the selection of the president, and they can't control too much, so they have to take a step back. Now that Hongqi Commune has a gold mine, it is also a hot commodity. There must be many people who want to get a piece of the pie, so some people have to let others drink some soup. Xiao Mo, your position as a special researcher is set at level 28, with a monthly salary of 27.5 yuan. The monthly ration is 27 caddies of fine grains, 4 taels of oil, 5 taels of meat, 20 caddies of coal, and 12 meters of cloth coupons per year. These are fixed. For the rest, the commune will flexibly issue some coupons for daily needs every month. Geng Chongqing told Su Mo about the salary and benefits of her position. If you have any problems, go find Li Hongjun. I told him to take good care of you. I just arrived in the county and will be busy for a while. I may not be able to take care of this side. You should take care of yourself first. I know, Uncle Geng, don't worry. A new president will be sent by the higher-ups. He will arrive in late January at the latest. It is not known whether he is an enemy or a friend. You should be careful when the time comes. While Su Mo and the others were reaping the rewards, the Yang family in Haisher was in dire straits. First, it was Yang Suong. As the public notice period was about to end, the union received several letters of objection on the last day. Each letter listed many of Yang Suhong's work mistakes, and the content was different. Adding up several letters, the mistakes were too many. Since the letter of objection was received during the public notice period, Yang Suhong's promotion would naturally have to be postponed. The specific situation would have to wait for the union to investigate before making a decision. Yang Suhong's girlfriend Zhongya was also very angry. It was the last day, and she was ready to celebrate for Yang Suong, but this happened. She immediately ran to the factory director's office angrily and asked her father to think of a way to find out who was behind this. In fact, as soon as the union received the letter of objection, someone showed the letter to Director Zhong and asked him if he wanted to suppress it. After all, Yang Suong was Director Zhong's future son-in-law. Director Zhong also wanted to suppress it at first, but after he read the letter, he gave up the idea of suppressing it. These letters listed Yang Suhong's work mistakes, including the time, place, and how he remedied it afterwards. They were all written clearly and could not be denied. These mistakes were not too eye-catching at ordinary times. At work, there will always be times when mistakes are made, and they can be remedied afterwards. But when it broke out at the juncture of promotion, it was a big problem. After all, Yang Suong did not make any great contributions to the factory, and he did not have the merits to suppress these mistakes. These mistakes were listed one by one, which would make people feel that this person was mediocre and not qualified for the position of deputy director. Those who wrote the letter were obviously well prepared, and Director Zhong did not dare to be careless. Maybe if he suppressed it, something bigger would happen on the other side. He even thought conspiratorially that this might be a trap set against him. He has been the director for so many years, and he is not completely clean. I can't do anything about this. Someone wants to deal with him. Go ask him if he has offended any big shots recently. Director Zhong sent his daughter away with a few words. After Yang Suang got the news from Zhongya, he couldn't figure out who he had offended recently. What's more, he has always been smooth in doing things and basically would not do anything to offend people. Yang Suang couldn't find the answer on his side, so he wondered if there was something wrong at home. So, he rushed home immediately after work and told Zhou Qiuying about the matter. The textile factory allocated a single dormitory for Yang Suang, and he basically lived there and only went home when he had a break. Because of the busy work, he has not been home for more than a month. After hearing this, Zhou Qiuying was shaking all over, half angry and half scared. She was angry that Yang Shuren offended the Su family and dragged his son down. She was also angry that the Su family had no mercy at all and attacked the child at the first move. Since the Su family has begun to retaliate, I am afraid they will not have an easy time. Thinking of the possibility of living with cattle and sheep, Zhou Qiuying trembled all over. When Yang Suang saw his mother like this, he knew it was a family problem. Mom, who did you offend? Yang Suhong's face was grim. He was afraid that his promotion this time would be ruined, and he would have to endure for a few more years. Su family, your dad offended the Su family. Zhou Qiuying said weakly. Su family? Which Su family? Yang Suang didn't react for a while. Which other Su family could it be?
This.
How could this happen? Aren't Dad and Uncle Qian close friends? How could the Su family? Yang Suang was very shocked. They had always had a good relationship, so why did his dad suddenly offend the other party? Su Tingqian was reported by your dad. Zhou Qiuying was a little speechless. Yang Suang was stunned, and after a long while he said, Is my dad crazy? They are on good terms with the Su family, and even a fool knows that only when the Su family is good, they can be better. What his dad did was really hurtful to others and not beneficial to himself. It's no use saying these now. He has already done it. Su Tingqian's family has also gone to the countryside. Now that Su Tingda has found out about this, I'm afraid he won't let it go. Su Tingda is not as cruel as Su Tingqian. Didn't my father save Uncle Qian? He should. Zhou Qiuying waved her hand. Saved. It's just a polite way of saying it in the Su family. Your father just sent him to the hospital. The Su family should have repaid this favor 800 years ago. When Su Tingqian was young, he rode a bicycle in Haishur on a whim one day. The second young master Su, who usually went out in a car, was not familiar with bicycles. When he was going downhill, he lost control and flew out, hitting his head, and fainted. Yang Shuren happened to pass by and carried him to the hospital. Su Tiqian stayed in the hospital for more than 10 days because of a concussion. Yang Shuren had just applied for college at that time and took a job taking care of patients in the hospital to earn tuition. After a few interactions, the two became familiar with each other and later became good friends. In order to repay Yang Shuren, Su Zhongli covered his university tuition and living expenses. At that time, the country had not yet been founded, and tuition fees were required to go to university. The tuition fees were not cheap and were definitely not affordable for a rural family. It can be said that without the money from the Su family, Yang Shuren might not have been able to go to university. After listening to Zhou Qiuying's story, Yang Suang fell silent. Over the years, Su Tingqian often joked that Yang Shuren had saved his life, and he really thought it was a great favor. But the reality was that his father had taken advantage of him. Yang Suang covered his head in dejection. His father had offended his only supporter. Suang, the Su family will not let us go so easily. We have to think of a way to at least save you and your sister first. The mother and son discussed for a while, then went out again, each to find someone else. Since Fu Manhua and her son came, Yang Shuren has been very dedicated to his work, often preparing lessons and correcting homework until late at night. On this day, Yang Shuren came back at almost 10 o'clock. As soon as he entered the door, he saw Zhou Qiuying sitting on the sofa in the living room with a cold face. Who has offended you again? Yang Shuren changed his shoes and walked over to ask.
You.
Zhou Qiuying stared at Yang Shuren with red eyes. The Su family has begun to retaliate. Suong has been reported, and her future has been completely delayed. Yang Shuren was shocked and asked her what was going on. After Zhou Qiuying told the story, he slammed the table in anger. They are slandering. It's not slander. Su Hong's future father-in-law said that everything written is true. How could Suong, this child, have so many handles in the hands of others? Yang Shuren was anxious. What nonsense are you talking about? What do you mean by handles? This is just a normal mistake at work. Who doesn't make mistakes at work? It's just that someone has counted them. Su Hong will definitely not get a promotion this time. I'm afraid he will be suppressed for a few years. Who knows what the situation will be like in a few years? Zhou Qiuying became more and more angry. She picked up the newspaper on the table and slapped Yang Shuren. It's all your fault. It's all your stupidity that hurt the child. Yang Shuren knew he was in the wrong, so he let Zhou Qiuying beat him, muttering, How could they do this? I didn't mean it. Yang Suyin was reading in the room. When she heard her parents arguing outside, she hurried out. When she saw Zhou Qiuying beating Yang Shuren, she rushed over to stop them. Mom, what are you doing? How can you hit Dad? It's not good if people hear it. Yang Suyin said in a low voice. She has always been proud of having a father who is a university professor. What did I do? Ask your dad what he did. Your brother's future has been ruined by him. Zhou Qiuying said hatefully, but she finally lowered her voice and stopped. Yang Suyin panicked and asked, What happened to my brother? Didn't he say he was going to get a promotion some time ago? In the Yang family, Yang Suyin's first proudest person is her father, and the second proudest person is her brother. These two people will be her future supporters. Because of what your father did, your brother's promotion is ruined.
Why?
Dad, what did you do? Her brother is the future son-in-law of the factory director, so isn't his promotion a foregone conclusion? Oh, he's probably too embarrassed to say it. Zhou Qiuying sneered. He reported Su Tingqian. Su Tingda found out about this, and now the Su family is taking revenge. Yang Suyin covered her mouth in shock, with mixed feelings in her heart, not knowing what to say for a while. Although she didn't like Su Mo very much, she never thought of harming her. Sure enough, old people are still poisonous. Because of her subtle feelings towards Su Mo, Yang Suyin sensitively realized that her father might be like her, and didn't like Uncle Su as much as he seemed. The suffocating feeling of having to look up to a good friend, probably only she and her father could understand. Dad, you shouldn't after a long while. Yang Suyin squeezed out such a sentence. You should work harder during this period. Maybe you will be the next one. Zhou Qiuying said to Yang Suyin. Yang Suyin panicked. She and Su Mo both graduated from high school in 1969, which was the time when the country vigorously advocated that educated youth go to the countryside. Fresh graduates who cannot find a job within half a year will have to face the reality of being sent to the countryside. She remembered that she cried to Su Mo at that time. Su Mo is an only child, and even if she doesn't have a job, she may not be sent to the countryside. But if she doesn't have a job, she will most likely be sent to the countryside. Su Mo told her not to worry and wait a little longer. A month later, the food factory posted a notice to recruit office staff, and Su Mo asked her to sign up quickly. She signed up, passed the exam, and became an employee in the logistics office of the food factory. Now that she thinks about it, this job might have been found for her by the Su family. If they really want to retaliate and make her job go away, wouldn't it be a matter of minutes? If she loses her job, won't she have to go to the countryside like Su Mo? Thinking that she would have to do farm work in the countryside like Su Mo, Yang Suyin burst into tears instantly. Mom, you have to think of a way. Yang Shuren was frightened by this matter and was in a daze for several days. One day, he came out of his house and went to the office in the teaching building. He found that people on the school road looked at him with strange eyes, and people whispered from time to time. Yang Shuren stopped someone and wanted to ask what was wrong, but the person saw it was him and walked away instantly. Yang Shuren suddenly had a bad premonition in his heart. He finally got to the office with a heavy head and was notified that the principal was looking for him. When he arrived at the principal's office, Yang Shuren learned that someone had posted an anonymous big character poster on the notice board, accusing him of being ungrateful, reporting and framing Su Tingqian, and causing Su Tingqian to be demoted. Yang Shuren was sweating coldly when he heard it. Professor Yang, I know you have a good relationship with Su Tingqian, and you should not do such a thing. The school security department has torn up this big character poster, and the school will try to find out who posted it. Adjust your mentality and don't delay your teaching work. The principal reminded Yang Shuren.
Yes.
Yang Shuren nodded and fled from the principal's office. In the next few days, the rumors intensified, and some students even began to boycott Yang Shuren's class. Compared with Yang Shuren, who taught in an old-fashioned way, Su Tingqian, who was knowledgeable, witty, and handsome, was obviously more popular with students. Originally, when Su Tingqian got into trouble, many students secretly felt sorry for him. Now that they knew that he was framed by people who regarded him as a good friend, they had to vent their anger for their former teacher. Seeing that the students were getting more and more violent, the school had to suspend Yang Shuren's classes first. Before Yang Shuren's side was settled, something happened in the food factory again. Several people were actually a report was made that the food factory had manipulated the recruitment exam that year and hired people through the back door. This incident caused quite a stir, and the food factory could only take out the sealed test papers from that year and re-examine them. In the exam that year, the food factory hired a total of 6 people. Upon investigation, it was found that 2 people had indeed entered through the back door, one of whom was Yang Suyun. In the recruitment exam that year, Yang Suyun happened to be ranked 7th. However, only 6 people were recruited that year, and Yang Suyun was not qualified. She replaced the original 6th place and got the job. After this incident, the 2 people who had entered through the back door were naturally fired. At the same time, the food factory also took this opportunity to deal with a group of people who violated the rules and regulations. Being fired was not enough. The family of the original 6th place got the news from somewhere and ran to the Yang family to make a scene. In the end, the Yang family paid 500 yuan to settle the matter. However, the whole family compound knew about it. Yang Suyun hid at home, crying every day, and dared not step out of the house at all. Zhou Qiuying looked at the father and daughter who were staying at home and felt overwhelmed. In just 1 month, the once glamorous family of 4, one's future was ruined, one was suspended from school, and one even lost his job. Now she is the only one left. I don't know how the Su family will deal with her. Zhou Qiuying felt extremely terrified. I'm afraid that the father and daughter will never be able to turn over. The only one who still has a little hope is their son. After thinking it through, Zhou Qiuying took the money from home and went to find Yang Suang. Suang, you discuss with Xiaoya and find a time to arrange a meeting between the parents of both sides to discuss your marriage. You have been dating for 2 years, it's time. Zhou Qiuying said. Yang Suang was a little annoyed. I told her father said to talk about it later. He was also anxious because of the series of incidents at home. Zhou Qiuying sneered. This director Zhong was afraid that her family's affairs would be related to him. You should do more work on Xiaoya. After all, parents can't persuade their children. Zhou Qiuying gave the 500 yuan she brought to Yang Suang. Buy her more things, coax her more, and get married as soon as possible. Zhou Qiuying's eyes flashed with a fierce light. If necessary, make it a done deal. If Xiaoya is pregnant, then we will get married, even if Director Zhong doesn't want to. Yang Suang put away the money and nodded. I understand. Lu Chongjing took the brown sugar ticket prescribed by the doctor and hurried to the supply and marketing cooperative to buy brown sugar. On the way, Lu Chongjing lowered his eyes and thought deeply. His wife's excuse that she fainted from hunger because she didn't eat may be a good excuse to fool others, but he didn't believe it. When his wife fainted, she was eating. The fruit on the Kong table was big and round. It should be grapes. He had seen many special supplies in the army, but he had never seen such good quality. Besides, it was not the season for grapes. After spending a long time together, he could sense something strange. For example, sometimes when he came home at mealtime, the food his wife ate, whether it was rice or flour, was fine, white, fragrant and soft, much better than the current food. At first, he thought his wife had bought new food, but after observation, he found that it seemed that it was only when she was eating alone. And the speed of food consumption at home was much slower than normal. The only explanation was that his wife didn't use the food at home when he was away. Also, his wife seemed to always have some advanced ideas. Although he was a soldier, he read newspapers and magazines a lot. Moreover, there's some news in the military that are not convenient to disclose to the outside world. He is confident that he is quite familiar with the current level of the country. But he has never heard of the things his wife said inadvertently during the chat. He once thought whether his wife was an enemy spy, but as soon as this idea came up, he overturned it. Although his wife's family has overseas connections, the elders in the family have made a lot of contributions to the party and the country. Children educated in this kind of family cannot do things that betray the motherland. His wife is kind and filial. A person who can carry things on the mountain road in the middle of the night to take care of his parents can't do anything bad. She also used wild ginseng to save his grandfather, an old Red Army soldier, and discovered the gold mine and reported it to the country without blinking. The most important thing is that he felt the same feelings in his wife. Such a person will never be an enemy spy. So, even if his wife has some secrets, she doesn't want to say it, so he pretends not to know. Anyway, his wife is not a bad person, and it doesn't matter if she has some secrets. Moreover, when he was on a mission last year, he had contact with talented people from a national secret agency and knew that some people in this world have abilities beyond ordinary people. He estimated that his wife might be one of these people. After buying brown sugar, Lu Chongjung hurried back to the health center. He borrowed a cup from the doctor and made a cup for Su Mo. "Have you seen Xiaolan?
How is she?"
Li Wei asked while Su Mo was drinking brown sugar water. Lu Xiaolan has not returned since she returned home last time. During this period, Li Wei went to the supply and marketing cooperative once to cut meat for Su Mo, but she did not see Lu Xiaolan. The mother and daughter have not seen each other for a month. Li Wei was a little worried about Lu Xiaolan's situation. She is not in the supply and marketing cooperative. Her colleagues said that she took 2 days off. Lu Chongjing said. Li Wei heard that this was not right. "My daughter usually goes home to visit after a day off. There is no reason for her not to come back after 2 days off. Something must have happened. Who knows, her mother-in-law is torturing her again. How about going to your brother-in-law's house later?"
Li Wei asked. "Okay."
Lu Chongjing nodded. Lu Xiaolan's in-law's house was near the commune, and it only took a few minutes to drive there. After Su Mo finished drinking the sugar water, Lu Chongjing paid 2 cents for the diagnosis fee, carefully helped his wife out. When they arrived at the car, Li Yui's face, which had just recovered a little color, turned pale again. It was really bad. She wanted to when she smelled the smell now. Seeing that Li Yui looked bad, Su Mo hurriedly said, "Mom, you sit in the front. The view in the front is better, and you won't get carsick so easily." Lu Chongjing also said, "Mom, you sit in the front. I will drive slower later. I should have known not to ask my mother to come along, so that she would suffer in vain." Li Wei sat in the co-pilot and felt much better. It was mainly because of the wide view, and Lu Chongjing drove slowly again this time. The three of them went to the supply and marketing cooperative to buy 2 canned yellow peaches and a pound of egg cake, and then went to Lu Xiaolan's in-law's house. Lu Xiaolan's husband's family also has 5 rooms in a row of blue brick and tile houses, with a small courtyard of about 100 square meters. At this time, Lu Xiaolan's mother-in-law Fang Chunfang was chatting with her eldest daughter Yang Limin in the room. "Mom, she still doesn't want a drink?" As they chatted, Yang Limin turned the topic to Lu Xiaolan. Fang Chunfang curled her lips. She doesn't want a drink, saying that there is nothing wrong with her body. Yesterday, she even dragged Jingming to the city hospital for a checkup, but Jingming didn't have any problems either. It was a waste of money. I think the problem lies with her. I did it for their own good, but ended up being blamed. Those things are so precious. Fang Chunfang became more and more angry. "You are just too good to her, and you act like a mother-in-law." Yang Limin said, "This daughter-in-law needs to be disciplined." Xiaolan was not well taught by her parents, so you have to bear the burden. Okay, I understand. The eldest daughter married well and often gave money to her, so Fong Chunfang listened to everything she said. How is your mother-in-law recently? Is she healthy? Very well. She has no worries about food and drink, and someone takes care of her. Yang Limin said, with a forced smile on her face. Yang Limin's father-in-law is the second in command of the County Revolutionary Committee, and her husband's position is not low either. Her in-laws are quite powerful in Qingxi County. Fong Chunfang also hoped that her in-laws could help her husband and son, so she valued this in-law very much. Someone gave your father 2 bottles of good wine a few days ago. When you go back later, take them back for your father-in-law to drink. The mother and daughter were chatting when they heard the sound of a car, which seemed to be driving into their yard. They quickly got off the Kong and went out to see. When she came out, she saw Li Yue getting off the car, with a tall and handsome officer and a fairy-like beauty standing next to her. Hey, mother-in-law, why are you here? Fong Chunfang laughed quickly. Is this her third brother and sister-in-law? Oh, they are really a perfect match, both talented and beautiful. Lu Xiaolan heard the voice and hurried out of the room. Mom, third brother and sister-in-law, why are you here? Li Yue smiled and said to Fong Chunfang, I haven't seen Xiaolan for a long time. I happen to have something to do in the commune today, so I came to see her. The third brother happened to be there, so she pulled him over to support Xiaolan. Fong Chunfang quickly welcomed the people into the hall and told Lu Xiaolan to make tea quickly. These days, tea is not cheap, 3 yuan and 60 per caddy, and you need a ticket. Most people really can't afford it. Hey, mother-in-law, you come here, why buy things? Fong Chunfang took the things and said politely. After everyone was seated, she asked again, why did my nephew come back on leave again? Li Yue took a sip of tea and said with a smile, he was promoted to regiment commander and brought the troops back here to deal with the gold mining. My son is back. If you want to bully my daughter, you have to think twice. Fong Chunfang's heart skipped a beat. It seemed that her mother-in-law had come with bad intentions. She quickly said, oh, this is a great thing. Xiaolan is a very tight-lipped child. I haven't heard her reveal any news. The transfer order was issued half a month ago. She hasn't been home for a long time, so naturally she doesn't know. Fong Chunfang smiled awkwardly and quickly changed the subject. Is this my niece-in-law? She is so beautiful. Since she was mentioned, Su Mo quickly called her aunt. Oh, this guy is good-looking and has a sweet voice. I heard that Secretary Gung of the commune is your relative? Su Mo replied, yes, he is my uncle. Li Yue continued with a smile. Now he is not the commune secretary but the county party secretary. Fong Chunfang paused. It seems that she will have to re-examine this marriage in the future. This son is in the army. The system is different, and he can't help her family much. But this daughter-in-law's uncle, that's different. Immediately, the attitude became more enthusiastic than before. Li Yue chatted with Fong Chunfang for half an hour, then stood up and prepared to go back. Oh, dear relatives, it's a rare visit for you. Why don't you have dinner before leaving? Fong Chunfang tried to persuade him to stay.
No.
Xiaomo will come to work in the commune tomorrow, so I have to go back and prepare. Li Yue said. Okay, let's eat next time. Fong Chunfang said with a smile, and then said to Sumo, niece-in-law, when you work in the commune in the future, come back to your aunt's house with Xiaolan for dinner more often. We are all relatives, there is no need to be so polite. Su Mo smiled and nodded, but didn't answer directly. This was also the first time she met Lu Xiaolan's mother-in-law, who seemed quite shrewd. Getting in the car, Li Yue patted Lu Xiaolan's hand and said, come home more often when you have time. With tears in her eyes, Lu Xiaolan knew that her mother had come all the way here to support her, so she nodded quickly. I'll go back next week when I'm on vacation. When the supply and marketing cooperative is not busy, there is 1 day off a week. After seeing off Li Yue and the others, Fong Chunfang and her daughter returned to their room. The Lu family is likely to rise, as they have produced a group leader. Jingming is a fool with good fortune, as he has married a good family. Fong Chunfang said. Yang Jingming and Lu Xiaolan were in a free love relationship. At the beginning, Fang Chunfeng agreed because she saw that Lu Xiaolan's family was not poor and she had a job. She was not dissatisfied with her daughter-in-law except for the fact that she gave birth to a child. Indeed, it was luck. Yang Limin said with a sour tone. It would be great if this was her parents' home, so that she would have more support in her husband's home. By the way, is the female soldier in the art troupe who she said she would introduce to her third brother called Lu Ping? Yang Limin seemed to remember something. Fang Chunfeng thought for a moment. It seems like she is Director Lu's niece. Director Luo got married for the second time 2 weeks ago. He married a girl who had just retired from the art troupe. Her name is Lu Ping. I think I saw Director Lu the other day. Really? Fang Chunfeng perked up. Why would I lie to you? Yang Limin said that Lu Ping's appearance is nothing compared to this one. No wonder people just don't like her. Then he sighed, it's fate. If Lu Ping had been able to marry Xiaolan's third brother, she would be the head of the group's wife now. Although the person she is married to now is the director of the Revolutionary Committee, he is also a high-ranking official. But he was almost 50 and his wife had died, so he was remarried. His son got married last year. In terms of appearance, he looked fierce, and he was incomparable to Lu Changzheng. It's hard for Lu Ping to be willing to do so. If it were her, she wouldn't be willing to do so. So what if she is powerful? The other person can be her father. Don't be fooled by others who flatter her in front of her. They may despise her behind her back. Everyone has their own destiny. If you can't get married, it means you are not destined to be together. Fang Chunfeng said, then Lu Ping is probably not a good person either. Who would want to marry a man older than her father as a daughter of a normal family? He is probably also a power-hungry person. Fortunately, they didn't get married, otherwise it would have been difficult for them to take advantage of the situation. On the way back, Li Wei said to Su Mo apologetically, Xiao Mo, I'm really sorry for pulling Secretary Geng's banner just now. Su Mo waved her hand and said, Mom, it's okay. She just boasted a little about their close relationship and didn't do anything else. But Su Mo was a little curious, Mom. Why don't you talk about the long march? Cats go their own way. Dogs go their own way. No one in her family is a soldier, so naturally she would be more concerned about it as she is a cadre. Su Mo smiled and said, even though she doesn't understand officialdom, the life wisdom of ordinary people cannot be ignored. Li Yue sighed. Xiaolan's mother-in-law is quite calculating. At first, I didn't agree with it, but Xiaolan liked it and Jingming was a good kid, so I just let her do it. When I got married, I prepared enough dowry for Xiaolan, for fear that her in-laws would look down on her. Everything was fine at first, and Fang Chunfeng was nice to Xiaolan. But then there came a troublemaker sister-in-law who often came back to instigate her mother and sow discord between them, causing Fang Chunfeng to act like a mother-in-law. Besides, Xiaolan isn't pregnant yet, and this is why things have turned out like this. She just saw that her daughter was thinner than the last time she saw her, and she felt really distressed. Mother thought that since you guys are promising and have already gone to the commune, you should go and support your sister and give her some advice. Parents are old, and she can only rely on you brothers and sisters-in-law. Mom, don't worry. If anything happens to Xiaolan, we will not ignore her. Su Mo quickly expressed her opinion. A cold light flashed in Lu Changzheng's eyes. He really didn't know anything about Lu Xiaolan. It seemed that he had to find time to have a good talk with Yang Jingming. Although Xiaolan grew up in the countryside, she was raised and pampered by her brothers and would not allow others to bully her like this. Arriving at the brigade, they dropped Li Yue off at Lu's house and then went back. Lu Changzheng is a good driver. Although the road is not wide, he still drives the car steadily to the side of the yard and parks it. After entering the house, Su Mo saw half a plate of grapes still on the table on the Kong, and her heart skipped a beat. Oops. Su Mo looked at Lu Changzheng guiltily, but Lu Changzheng seemed not to see her. He simply picked up the 2 large luggage bags that he had thrown on the ground and started packing his things. Su Mo didn't know for a moment whether he saw it or not, or whether he had any suspicions. Lu Changzheng caught a glimpse of Su Mo's expression and smiled secretly in his heart. It seems that his wife realized that her secret was exposed. Lu Changzheng made an excuse to take something out and was busy outside for a while, wanting to see what Su Mo would do. He entered the room again. He found that the grapes on the Kong table were still there. He couldn't help but raise his eyebrows. Was his wife going to confront him? Or did she come up with a good excuse? Lu Changzheng took out an envelope from his luggage bag and handed it to Su Mo. Wife, I have taken out the 1,000 yuan in the savings account at the army, as well as the salary for the past few months. They are all here. You keep them. Su Mo took out the money and counted it, a total of 1,195 yuan. Lu Changzheng's salary was 89 yuan, and 14 yuan was deducted from his food expenses every month, plus he sent her 30 yuan in October. Now he got back 195 yuan, which means he didn't spend a penny. You haven't spent any money in this period? I haven't spent all the 50 yuan you gave me when I returned to the team last time. Apart from buying things for his wife, he really had no other place to spend the money.
Su Mo drooled her lips.
The best man is the one who can make money, but not spend it. Then remember to tell me if you run out of money. Su Mo said, and put the money in Kang Qin's drawer. Su Mo silently calculated in her mind, and with the money Lu Changzheng had just given her, she now had a huge sum of more than 5,900 yuan in her hands. Changzheng, how much salary do you get every month after you are promoted to regiment commander? I am not in the frontline troops now, so my salary will be lower, 127 yuan per month. Lu Changzheng replied, if you are in the frontline troops, the salary can be 141 yuan, and if you are a senior regiment commander, the salary can reach 159 yuan. Su Mo nodded. That's also very high. My salary is only 27.5 yuan. Lu Changzheng laughed. It's okay, I'll give you all my salary. While Su Mo was speaking, she was also observing Lu Changzheng. She was sure that Lu Changzheng had seen the grapes, but he didn't seem to care much about them. Or maybe he didn't care. Now that Lu Changzheng has been transferred back, he will definitely go home more often. No matter how careful she is when using her supernatural powers, there will be some traces left behind. We weren't living together, it was possible to hide it. But when we were always together, it was really hard to keep it a secret. What's more, Lu Changzheng is a soldier, and his observation skills should not be underestimated. Su Mo picked up the plate and asked directly, Changzheng, do you eat grapes? Lu Changzheng curled his lips. Do you want me to eat?
Eat it.
Su Mo handed over the plate. Lu Changzheng picked 2 and ate them. They were very sweet and delicious. What species is this? Jufeng.
Su Mo said.
Seeing that Lu Changzheng had finished eating, she picked another one and fed it to him. Su Mo studied agricultural knowledge intensively for a period of time and learned that at that time, there was a grape variety called Kyoho in China. This variety was bred in a certain island country and introduced to China in 1959. However, the fruit is probably not this big now, and this one has been improved several times in later generations. The couple ate the grapes one by one. Lu Changzheng didn't ask any more questions, and Su Mo didn't say anything more, but they both understood each other tacitly. Su Mo was pondering in her heart what method she should use, so as not to scare Lu Changzheng into thinking that she was a monster and send her directly to the research institute. Or should we just not tell him anything? Let him discover it himself, and it's up to him to decide how much he can discover? Before Su Mo could figure it out, Lu Changzheng spoke first. Wife, I did a mission before and worked with a secret group. The people in that group are really amazing. There was a man who was so strong that he could lift a huge object by himself without any effort. There was another man who was so fast that even cars couldn't catch up with him when he ran. There are 2 more people. We haven't seen their specific abilities, but I think they are also very extraordinary.
什么?
Aren't these the powers of strength and speed? So, people with superpowers have already existed? It's just that these little people don't know about it? Lu Changzheng had said so much, he probably had guessed it a long time ago. He pretended not to see Grape before, probably because he didn't want to embarrass her. Seeing that she took the initiative, this threw another brick at her. Su Mo cleared her throat. Well, if I also have some different abilities, would you be scared? Lu Chongjing shook his head, no. I just feel honored that I can marry such an excellent wife. What if I don't want to talk? Then don't tell me. I don't necessarily want to know. Lu Chongjing said seriously, it's just that, wife, I want to confirm something with you. Will pregnancy affect you? Thinking of his wife's dejection when she first found out she was pregnant, and her inexplicable fainting today, Lu Chongjing felt a little scared. It does have some impact. She is a kid with a bad temper, and she doesn't know if he will lose his temper again in the future. Will that be harmful to your health? It's hard to say, but it's possible. What if it's a difficult birth? Lu Chongjing was silent for a long time before he spoke with difficulty. Wife, we don't want this child anymore.
Zum Montag was stund. Why?
It will harm you, so we don't want it. You are more important than the child. Lu Chongjing looked at Su Emo seriously. I won't have any more children in the future. The hospital has family planning supplies. We can go and get them. Don't have children? Aren't you afraid of what your parents will say? Su Emo was a little shocked by Lu Chongjing's words. My elder brother and second brother already have children, so my family doesn't need me to carry on the family line. We don't have children, so we don't have children.
Just be well.
Thinking of the feeling of his heart almost stopping in the afternoon, he really didn't want to experience it again. If my parents talk about it in the future, I will say it's my problem. He doesn't particularly like children, he just likes the children his wife gave birth to. If he has a child, but loses his wife, it's better not to have a child. Are you serious? Su Emo stared at Lu Chongjing.
Yeah.
Lu Chongjing looked at Su Emo and nodded seriously. After you report for duty tomorrow, ask for leave. We will go to the city hospital while the pregnancy is still young. The conditions there are better and safer. She knew that Lu Chongjing was good to her and liked her, but she didn't expect it to go this far. People of this era still attach great importance to offspring, especially in rural areas, where having many children means more blessings. Without children, one would have no confidence in doing anything. The love that Lu Chongjing feels for her should be the love described in the book, right? A strange warmth flowed through Su Mo's heart. Since they met and he took it very seriously, maybe she could trust him a little more. Su Mo decided to take a gamble. If she lost, the worst that could happen was that she would be forced to leave the game early. She had saved her life anyway. Su Mo took a cabbage seed from the space and said to Lu Chongjing, "You watch it." After saying that, he activated his supernatural power. The seed took root and sprouted in Su Mo's hand at a very fast speed, and finally grew into a juicy little cabbage. This is my ability. I can promote the growth of plants and collect things. As he said this, he took out another cabbage from the space. Lu Chongjing was stunned with shock. He didn't expect his wife to be so capable. The country is very short of food now. If there were more people like my wife, perhaps the country's food problem would be solved. Suddenly, Lu Chongjing thought of something and asked seriously, "Wife, those people from High City came here many times. Are they coming for you?" He was worried that those people knew his daughter-in-law's abilities and wanted to capture her and make her work for them. Su Mo waved her hands. No, those people came for money. My parents don't even know about my ability. Su Mo couldn't say that she was a traveler from a book, because she couldn't tell whether this was the world in the book or a parallel world. If it's just a book, then the people around her are all alive and well, with flesh and blood, not as simple as paper figures. Su Mo made up another excuse. I got this ability after I fell from a building at the beginning of the year and was unconscious for a few days. I only got it after I woke up. Beginning of the year, the original owner did fall from a building and was in a coma for several days. It was only later that I discovered that I had different abilities. I was terrified. I was afraid that others would think I was a monster, so I didn't dare let anyone know. After the founding of the People's Republic of China, animals were no longer allowed to become spirits. I had just figured out some patterns, and before I had time to tell my parents, something happened at home again. Now my parents are in the cowshed, and I dare not tell them, for fear that they will worry. It was only after I heard what you said that I realized there is more than one person like me in this world. Lu Chongjung digested the information Su Mo said and asked, "Wife, who else knows about your ability?" "Besides me, it's you." Lu Chongjung breathed a sigh of relief and said seriously, "Wife, you must keep this ability a secret and don't let anyone know about it. Don't use it outside either." He was afraid that his wife would be careless and accidentally be discovered after hearing from him that there was someone else. It is hard to say what human nature is. Some people may not be able to resist the huge temptation. If this matter is reported to the higher authorities, the daughter-in-law will be in danger. The national situation is so complicated now that people with this kind of ability can easily be targeted by those with ulterior motives. Politics is a gray area, and he doesn't want his wife to be dragged into it and become a bargaining chip in the hands of others. "Don't worry, I won't let anyone else know. I told you this because I trust you so much." Men also need to be coaxed occasionally. After hearing this, Lu Chongjung felt as if his heart was filled with honey. The fact that his wife was willing to tell him such an important secret showed that she already had him in her heart. Lu Chongjung hugged Su Mo and kissed her hard. "Don't worry, wife. I will definitely protect you and our parents." He and Gung Chongqing work together, and although they can't be said to be an ironclad team, it's not easy for those people to do anything here. After a short while of being happy, Lu Chongjung became depressed again when he thought about taking his wife to the hospital tomorrow. "Although my wife is more important than my child, it is still a pity that I cannot have a child with my wife. I also feel sad because although the child is not that big yet, it must be very painful to get it out of my stomach." In the evening, Lu Chongjung cooked again. After that, he boiled a pot of hot water and asked Su Mo to take a bath. "I'm going to the hospital tomorrow, and I'm afraid I won't be able to touch water for several days." His wife likes cleanliness, so she washed herself in advance. Seeing that there was still some water left, he took the opportunity to wash himself. Looking at Lu Chongjung sitting on the Kong and wiping his hair with a towel, Su Mo suddenly had an urge to get close to him. Those two little guys are very resilient. As long as they move gently, there shouldn't be any impact. Thinking of this, Su Mo leaned over, snuggled into his arms, put her arms around his neck, and kissed him. Lu Chongjung took a deep breath, quickly calmed Su Mo, and said in a hoarse voice, "Wife, what are you doing?" Just sleeping next to her, and now his wife was flirting with him. Was she trying to kill him? "Don't you know what I'm doing?" Su Mo breathed into Lu Chongjung's ear. Lu Chongjung felt a surge of anger, and he pushed Su Mo away, panting heavily, "Wife, stop making trouble. We're going to the hospital tomorrow." Seeing Lu Chongjung's serious look, Su Mo found it funny and actually started to laugh. Under the dim yellow light of the kerosene lamp, Su Mo's charming eyes and sweet smile really looked like a fascinating fairy. Lu Chongjung felt his scalp tingling and quickly looked away. "We won't go to the hospital tomorrow,"
Su Mo said.
"How can that be possible? You can suffer less while the pregnancy is still young." Lu Chongjung disagreed. "No need to go. I'm fine and can give birth to the baby." "Wife, stop making trouble. To me, the child is not that important. Don't gamble with your body," Lu Chongjung said seriously. He was afraid that Su Mo would ignore her own body for the sake of the child. "I'm not making a fuss. I'm serious. I just wanted to see your attitude. I'm fine, and the baby is fine too. If you are really well, why did you faint in the afternoon?" Lu Chongjung didn't quite believe it. Su Mo leaned over, took Lu Chongjung's hand and placed it on her belly because there is a baby inside. It may have different abilities like me. Su Mo roughly explained to him how she used her supernatural powers to nurture the child, which stimulated him, and then accidentally away all her supernatural powers. "So, as long as I don't irritate him, it should be fine." "Lu Chongjung, I can feel that there are two babies in here." Lu Chongjung was stunned. He was surprised at one moment, worried at another. His heart was in turmoil, and his mood went up and down as well. "Wife, are you serious?" Lu Chongjung asked with trembling lips after a long while. "Not everyone can give birth to twins, not to mention that one of them may have different abilities like my wife." The surprise, he felt deeply worried. It's not even 2 months old, yet He already knows how to my wife. I don't know what he will be like if he grows up a little bit more. Wife, are you sure there is no problem? He didn't understand all this. He was afraid that the child would harm his wife when he grew up, but he also secretly hoped that the child could be born. They are his own children. He would never give them up unless it was absolutely necessary. There's probably no problem. I'll always keep an eye on it,
Suemo said.
These two children have never troubled her since she became pregnant, so they must be very well behaved. Okay. Wife, if there is any problem, we won't do it. It's important for you. Although he knew that his wife was not a reckless person, he still gave her such worried advice. Suemo nodded. His heart was relieved. Seeing that Suemo was still sitting, Lu Chongjing said quickly, Wife, don't sit there. Lie down and have a rest. Don't catch a cold. Suemo didn't respond, but just looked at him quietly. Lu Chongjing was a little embarrassed and swallowed his saliva and said, Wife, my mother told me not to do that when you are pregnant. Li Wei was afraid that Lu Chongjing would not take the matter seriously, so she secretly warned him when they were shopping at the supply and marketing cooperative in the afternoon. Fearing that he would be too impetuous, she exaggerated the facts to scare him. Seeing that Lu Chongjing was unmoved, Suemo could only snort and lay down with her back to Lu Chongjing to rest. Lu Chongjing was really miserable. He wanted to do it, but for the sake of his wife, he couldn't do it. After lying down, Lu Chongjing was afraid of an accidental discharge of a gun, so he stayed an arm's length away from Suemo and did not dare to get too close. After Suemo lay down, she became angrier the more she thought about it. It was a rare occasion for her to take the initiative, but Lu Chongjing didn't buy it. So she turned around, lay on top of Lu Chongjing, and started to tease him. When he was aroused, she would refuse him, and he would be suffocated. But no matter how she flirted, Lu Chongjing would not take any action. At most, he would flirt with her too hard and kiss her hard. After flirting for a long time, Suemo was tired, so she pushed Lu Chongjing away, turned over, and went to sleep. This guy has a lot of self-control. Lu Chongjing really wants to cry, but has no tears. Now that his wife is unhappy, he is about to explode. I had no choice but to accept my fate and get up, standing outside for a while in a single layer of clothes. After the heat in my body subsided, I tiptoed to the Kong and went to sleep. The last days of 1971 passed quietly, and the two welcomed 1972 in their sleep. Early in the morning, dressed herself up, braided her hair into a beautiful fluffy braid, and put on her newly made cotton coat. It's a new year and the first day at work, so you must look good. At this time, the emphasis is on everything for the collective, and there is no holiday on New Year's Day. The unit only has one day off every Sunday, and there is no rest when it is busy. 2 days off a week, that was a thing after 1995. But Suemo was also lucky. New Year's Day of that year happened to be on Saturday, which meant that she could work for a day and then have a rest. Lu Chongjing got up early in the morning to make breakfast. After finishing, he secretly observed his wife's expression. Seeing that she was not unhappy, he hurried over, hugged her, and kissed her. Wife, I'm going to ask the doctor today. If it's okay, we can do it tonight. God knows how hard it was for him last night, but his wife slept well. Suemo slapped him away. You wish. I won't serve you anymore. Lu Chongjing smiled and waited for Suemo to finish her breakfast. Then he drove her to the commune office building and then drove to the city to do his own business. The advanced team should arrive today, and the main force will be here in 2 days. Lu Chongjing also has a lot of things to do. Li Hongjun had long been told by Geng Chongqing to take good care of Suemo, so he told the office director Li Yunwang to make sure Suemo was well arranged. Li Yunwang also came early this morning. When Suemo arrived, he enthusiastically took her to the office. Although Sumo's position was not high, she was a special envoy and someone from above took care of her, so the commune actually arranged a separate office for her. The office is on the 2nd floor. Although it is a bit to the side and not very big, it has everything you need, including a desk, chair, filing cabinet, thermos, etc. Researcher Su, This is the office arranged for you. Take a look. If there is anything you need, just tell me and I will arrange it for you," Li Yunwang said with a smile. Her uncle is the county party secretary and her husband is the head of a regiment. She dare not offend such people. "Director Li, you are too polite. Just call me Xiao Su," Su Mo said quickly. "I will take a look later. If there is anything else I need, I will ask you for help." After all, the other party was a clerk at level 22, and she was a small clerk at level 28. She dared not show off in front of others. She still had to give people basic respect. Seeing that the other party was polite, Li Yunwang's smile became more sincere. "The office next to yours is occupied by 2 agricultural officials. I wanted to make it easier for you to communicate, so I arranged your office here." Director Li is really thoughtful, Su Mo complimented. "This is the personnel structure of the commune that I organized. Take a look at it so that you can familiarize yourself with it as soon as possible." Li Yunwang handed the 2 pages of paper in his hand to Su Mo, intending to flatter her. "Thank you so much, Director Li." Su Mo quickly took it with both hands. For her, this was a timely relief. After Li Yunwang left, Su Mo went into the office and checked the information he had given her. Hongqi Commune originally had a total of 17 cadres and clerks, and now with her, there are a total of 18 people. Compiled by Li Yunwang, it is roughly divided into 2 systems, similar to the county party secretaries and county governors in later generations. The party committee side, there is 1 secretary, 1 party committee secretary, 1 armed forces minister, 1 armed forces officer, 1 propaganda officer, 1 organizational officer, 1 youth league committee secretary, and 1 women's federation director. On the administrative affairs side, there are the president, office director, civil affairs officer, business management officer, agricultural officer, animal husbandry officer, water conservancy officer, and accountant. Except for the agricultural officer, who is 2 people, the others all have 1 person. Li Yunwang organized it in great detail, clearly describing who holds each position and the general content of the job. Su Mo was quite grateful to him. If she had to figure it out on her own, it would have taken her at least a few days. Among these people, Su Mo already knew 3 of them. One is the party committee secretary Fu Ming, whom Geng Chongqing had met several times when he was still here. One is Lu Xiaolan's husband, organizational secretary Yang Jingming. There is another one, Li Hongjun, the former president and current secretary. There is no candidate for the new president yet, and I don't know what kind of person the higher-ups will send. Su Mo hoped that someone difficult would not be sent. After all, her position was in the Administrative Affairs Department, and the president was her direct supervisor. After reading it, Su Mo put away the enamel pot lunchbox she had brought with her, then took the thermos to the commune canteen to get some hot water. The commune canteen is right next to the office building, a fairly large flat floor. The commune's cadres, employees of the commune's collective industries, and employees of other public institutions who don't bring their own meals can all eat here. Su Mo asked the lady in the cafeteria how to buy meal tickets so that she wouldn't have problems eating lunch. With the guidance of her elder sister, Su Mo found the director of the canteen and bought meal and vegetable tickets for this month. Meal tickets cost 1.5 yuan per pound, and they were all 2 taels each. 10 pounds. Vegetable tickets came in 2 types, 5 cents and 10 cents. Su Mo bought 20 of each, spending a total of 4.5 yuan. Canteen meal ticket, delete. After the purchase, Su Mo hurried back to the office building. After fishing for a while in the office, Fu Ming came down and called her, saying that Li Hongjun was looking for her. Su Mo quickly took her notebook and went upstairs. Still in Geng Chongqing's original office, Li Hongjun first asked Su Mo a few questions with concern, and then asked her to write a work plan for the new year. After all, this position did not exist originally. He had asked Geng Chongqing how to arrange Su Mo's work. Secretary Geng told him directly to let Su Mo write her own work plan. Su Mo was naturally happy to do so. She thought it would be best if she could arrange her own work. After returning to the office, she began to write furiously. When it was time for dinner, Su Mo quickly took her lunchbox and went to the commune canteen. When we got to the cafeteria, we saw that there were quite a lot of people. Commune canteen, deleted if infringed, Sue Mo felt a bit like Granny Lou entering the Grand View Garden. She found everything new to her. After all, it was her first time eating in the canteen. Sue Mo followed the line and ordered her staple food first. Today's staple food was steamed buns, and each ticket cost 2 taels. She saw that female comrades usually ordered one, but she could eat now, so she ordered 2. Vegetables cost 5 cents a portion, and there were not many vegetables in winter, only Chinese cabbage. It was the first time for Sue Mo to eat in the cafeteria, so she asked for one too. There were 2 meat stir-fried dishes, one with winter melon and meat, and one with carrot and meat. Both were 1.5 cents each. Sue Mo ordered winter melon and meat stir-fried, which was all winter melon but only a few slices of meat. Today is the first day of the new year, and the cafeteria has specially prepared a big meat dish, braised fish, at 20 cents a portion. Sue Mo also ordered one. Of course, this braised fish cannot be given to you as a whole fish like in state-owned restaurants, but only 2 pieces of fish meat. After eating, Sue Mo secretly sighed that the food in this commune canteen was quite good. After a quick calculation, 2 steamed buns cost 6 cents, vegetables cost 5 cents, a portion of stir-fried meat cost 15 cents, and a portion of fish cost 20 cents. With meat and vegetables only cost 46 cents. Compared with state-owned restaurants, it is really not expensive at all. After listening to other people's chatter, Sue Mo realized that the canteen prepared so many delicious dishes because today was the first day of the new year. The food is usually not that good. It's mostly coarse grains and vegetarian dishes. We'll only have a 1.5 cent stir-fried dish with meat every 2 or 3 days. Of course, there are also stir-fried dishes available, but most people can't afford them. With someone like Sue Mo, most people wouldn't dare to do that. A meal costs about 50 cents, and lunch alone costs more than 10 yuan a month. Who can afford it? Do you still want to live the rest of the time? After lunch, Sue Mo strolled to the commune post office again, thinking of subscribing to a year's issue of Science Bulletin, but was told that the publication had ceased publication. Sue Mo. Not understanding history is really harmful. Well, the plan was disrupted again. But she had clearly seen in history books that a big shot had published a paper in this journal in 1973. Sue Mo estimated that the magazine would be resumed soon. Then she would use this time to do more research and collect more materials. If it was effective, she could publish it in a local newspaper to gain some fame. They were already at the post office, and Sue Mo was thinking about calling her uncle. It was lunchtime now, so he might be at home. After the call was connected, it was Su Tingda who answered. Sue Mo greeted him first, then told Su Tingda that she started working today. She also told him that Liu Chongzheng had been promoted to regiment commander and transferred back, and also mentioned that she was pregnant. Su Tingda was so happy that their Su family was going to have the next generation. Momo, what do you want to eat? Tell uncle, and he will get it and mail it to you. Sue Mo smiled. Uncle, no need, I have plenty of food here. Then uncle sent you money to buy food. Sue Mo quickly refused. Uncle, it's really not necessary. I have a salary now, and I also have royalties. My salary has also increased. I am considered a high-income earner here. If you send me more money, it will be too conspicuous. Su Tingda choked. What Momo said made sense. If you want anything, be sure to tell your uncle.
Okay.
Sue Mo responded, and then asked, Uncle, was the mushroom meat sauce delicious last time? It's very delicious. Su Tingda laughed and praised it highly. He was so happy that his niece showed him filial piety that he ate 2 more bowls of rice at every meal. Hearing that Su Tingda was so happy, Sue Mo thought about making a few more cans for him and mailing them to him. The uncle and nephew chatted about family matters for a while, and Su Tingda hinted that Haisher's matter had been settled, so Sue Mo didn't need to worry. The phone call was expensive, so after they finished talking, they hung up. That was it. They talked for 5 minutes and spent 5.5 yuan. Fu Manhua and the others came before. Sue Mo discussed with them whether the hidden things would be found by the other party. The 2 men reassured Sue Mo at the time, saying that even those who knew the hiding place had not found the entrance. Unless those people dug 3 feet deep in the ground blatantly, the chances of finding it were extremely low. After they return, they will also find someone to secretly watch the 3 houses. At that time, Suemo was thinking whether she should take the risk of going back to High City and put the things into the space. After listening to what the two said, she stopped thinking about it. Even her own people couldn't find it. It meant that she was hiding well enough. She'd better not go back. It would be bad if she was spotted and led to the wrong place. After all, her space is not big. If there are too many things and she cannot put them all away, leaving traces for others to use, it would be a waste of time and effort. This is what Su Tingda just said. Someone has been arranged to look after the house, so she doesn't have to worry. Suemo paid the phone bill and was about to leave when she was stopped by the postman, who told her there was a letter and a remittance slip for her. Suemo took a look and saw that the money sent by High City newspaper was the royalties for December, which was less than before, only 18 yuan. Suemo turned around and withdrew the remittance, then went to the supply and marketing cooperative to buy some coal. Shuangshan City is known as the coal city of the north, and there is no shortage of coal here. Suemo used to think that the 20 kilograms of coal she received every month was for her to burn at home, but now she knows that it was used for heating in the office. She was in the office in the morning. It was fine at first, but it got colder and colder as she sat there. It was like an ice cellar. She asked why there was an iron basin in the office, and it turned out to be used for burning coal. Suemo gave Lu Xiaolan the 20 gene coal purchase permit with the commune seal that she had issued that morning. Lu Xiaolan specially picked out large pieces of coal that were durable to burn for Suemo, and also gave her a lot of fine firewood to start the coal. Thanks to the coal city, coal here is not expensive. 20 kilograms cost only 3.4 yuan. After carrying the coal, Suemo went back. She lit the coal and placed it next to the desk, which made it less cold. Again in the afternoon. It gets dark early in winter, and the workday ends at 5:30 in the afternoon. When the time came, Suemo packed up her things and prepared to go home. Before leaving, Suemo frowned when she noticed the coal next to her. It's only been an afternoon, and I guess I must have burned more than a pound of firewood. I don't think these 20 pounds will last long. It seems that I have to burn less in the future, or bring some firewood. Suemo was still thinking that she might go back. Just as she walked out of the office building, she saw Li Yue driving a donkey cart and waiting outside. Seeing Sumo coming out, Li Yue quickly waved her hand and said, "Xiaomo, come here quickly. Your mother is here to pick you up from work." Sumo was really shocked and touched. "Mom, you came specially to pick me up from work?" Although it didn't snow today, the wind was blowing and it was very cold. "Yes, get on quickly." Sumo was really shocked and touched. "Mom, you came specially to pick me up from work?" Although it didn't snow today, the wind was blowing and it was very cold. "Yes, get on quickly." Mother is driving the donkey cart steadily. "The third brother has gone into the mountains and can't come to pick you up," Li Wei said with a smile. After Suemo got on the cart, she drove the donkey cart slowly away. Who came out a step later was, "She even drives a donkey cart to pick her up from work," Yang Jingming said. "My third sister-in-law is pregnant, and mother is afraid that it will be unsafe for her to ride a bike back home," Lu Xiaolan said with a somewhat depressed tone. Li Yue came early today. Before that, she had already gone to the supply and marketing cooperative to talk to Lu Xiaolan about this matter. Lu Xiaolan was naturally very happy for her brother and sister-in-law, but when she thought of herself, she couldn't help feeling a little disappointed. Yang Jingming choked, then turned to comfort her. "Xiaolan, don't worry. The doctor said that there is nothing wrong with both of us. We are still young, and it is only a matter of time before we have a child." Yang Jingming was also under some pressure. He was the only son in his family, and the burden of carrying on the family line fell on him. If he had more brothers like Xiaolan, his parents wouldn't keep pushing him. "Go back and tell Mom to stop cooking those things for me," Lu Xiaolan said. She didn't want to have a conflict with her mother-in-law, so she thought that she could just pour it out secretly as her third sister-in-law and aunt said. Everything was fine, but one time, when she was pouring the tea, her elder sister-in-law who came back suddenly found out. From then on, whenever her mother-in-law cooked something, she would watch her drink it. Okay, I'll go talk to Mom and ask her to stop cooking for you. If she wants to, I'll drink it, Yang Jingming said. He also felt sorry for his wife and had told her many times, but his mother just wouldn't listen. It seemed he had to be tougher, that her husband was willing to stand up for her. Forget it, your mother-in-law is not your own mother, so how can you expect her to be good to you? As long as your husband understands and cares about you, you can just make do with it. On the way back, Li Wei said to Sumo, Xiaomo, from now on, when you go to and from work, your mother will drive the donkey cart to take you there. Sumo waved her hands repeatedly. Mom, no need, I can just ride my bike here, it only takes half an hour. The roads are slippery in snowy weather and it's unsafe to ride a bike, and you're pregnant. Your father and I have discussed it, and it's settled. Li Wei made the final decision. Mom, it's okay, It's so cold. How can I let an old lady go out in the wind and snow? Xiaoma, if you go there by bike, Mom will be worried at home. It's winter now anyway, and Mom doesn't have much to do. Li Wei waved her hand. Sumo tried to persuade her a few more times, but Li Wei remained unmoved, so Sumo thought of asking Lu Chongjing to talk to her. She really didn't think there was anything wrong with riding a bicycle back and forth. After arriving home, Sumo went into the house and picked a lot of vegetables and asked Li Wei to take them home. The second crop will probably be ready to eat in half a month. The first crop should be destroyed immediately. After having a good lunch, Sumo made a simple dumpling soup for dinner and ate 2 large bowls of it. She put the rest in a bowl and kept it warm in the pot so that Lu Chongjing could have some if he came back. Around 9 o'clock, Lu Chongjing came back, looking exhausted. Sumo quickly brought out the dumpling soup and asked him to eat it. When Lu Chongjing saw that there were tomatoes inside, he raised his eyebrows. It seemed that his wife really had hidden a lot of things. While eating, Lu Chongjing took out a few coupons from his pocket and gave them to Sumo. Sumo took them and saw that they were coal purchase coupons with the seal of Qingxi County. Sumo was delighted. How do you know I don't have enough coal? Lu Chongjing coughed awkwardly. I met Secretary Geng today, and he asked me to give this to you. It seems that he still needs to be nicer to his wife. He is not as good as an uncle. Sumo curled her lips and decided to make some for Uncle Geng while she was making mushroom meat sauce for her uncle. Wife, if you need anything, just tell me, and I will find a way to get it for you, Lu Chongjing said seriously. He was afraid that he would be too busy and ignore his wife's needs. Okay, I really have something I want. Can you use your connections to buy me a camera?
Sumo said.
Cameras in Qingxi County. They're only available in big cities like Shanghai and Beijing, and maybe in Harbin as well. Sumo wants to write a research report, so she has to record the growth status of crops at all times. It would be convenient to have a camera to take pictures and record. Okay, I'll get it, Lu Chongjing responded quickly. Sumo took out 200 yuan from the space and handed it to Lu Chongjing. Take the money. We won't take advantage of others. They didn't have tickets, so they must have to pay more. Actually, the original owner had a camera bought 2 years ago, a Seagull camera for 120 or 125 renminbi. But he was in a hurry when he went to the countryside and didn't bring it with him. After Fu Manhua and his friends returned to the house, they didn't see it either. It was probably taken away by those people. Although he knew that his wife had different abilities, Lu Chongjing was still very curious when he saw Sumo conjure money out of thin air. After taking the money and putting it in his pocket, Lu Chongjing asked, Wife, what is your storage space like? Is it big? It's just a box-like space, not big, about 1/3 the size of a living room,
Sumo said.
Lu Chongjing was a little amused. This is not big enough? It can hold a lot of things. His wife is quite generous. Having said that, Sumo thought about packaging things again so that it would be more convenient to take out and use some things from the future in the space in the future. This space seems to have been used by someone before. There are many things in it that I have never seen before. It seems to be from the future.
Sumo took nonsense seriously.
Look at this. Sumo drew the curtains, closed the door, took out a rechargeable desk lamp, turned it on, and the bright, incandescent light filled most of the room. Lu Chongzheng was shocked. He had seen many white fluorescent lamps like this before, as they were installed in many important places in the army, but this was the first time he had seen such a small one. Lu Chongzheng didn't even bother to eat, and took it to study it. The material and appearance are definitely not what our country has now. They may be available in foreign countries, but the text printed under the base of this lamp is in Chinese. Then, Su Mo took out a professional book titled Research on Breeding Technology of High-Quality and High-Yield Wheat and Cultivation of New Varieties and handed it to Lu Chongzheng. Look at its publication date. Lu Chongzheng was shocked when he took it. This kind of color printing technology was simply beyond the current level of our country. He opened the book and looked at the publication date, which was actually 2011. Afterwards, Su Mo took out a few more books as well as rice flour, shampoo, shower gel, cosmetics, etc., things that were obviously not from this era, and handed them to Lu Chongzheng one by one to look at. After Su Mo took out the solar panels and batteries, Lu Chongzheng was so shocked that he was speechless. He could easily accept that his wife had different abilities. After all, he had seen people of the same kind before. But he really needs some time to accept this bunch of things from the future. My wife was quite receptive. She kept such a big secret by herself and didn't let any of it leak out. No wonder she wanted a position as an agricultural researcher. She probably wanted to promote these advanced technologies through learning and using her abilities. At night, Lu Chongzheng did not sleep either. He turned on the desk lamp and read books from later generations without sleeping or eating. Originally, he had specially gone to see a doctor today, thinking about coming back in the evening and behaving well with his wife, but now he can't take care of that. Su Mo didn't have the problem of not being able to sleep with the lights on, so she just let him do it. However, she also told him to go to bed early as she wanted to go to the cow shed early the next morning and asked him to cover for her. Qingxi County, a certain compound. From the dim bedroom, the soft moans of a woman and the heavy breathing of a man were heard. They lasted for a long time before they stopped. After a while, the sound rang out again. This time the woman's moan was no longer gentle, but gradually became painful until it became a shrill and sharp sound. The sound stopped and continued until late at night. After making sure that the man next to her was asleep, Lu Ping secretly got up and ran to the bathroom to retch. This disgusting old pervert has been tormenting her in different ways every day since they got married. Originally, she thought that he was a high-ranking official and a top figure in Qingxi County, so she endured it. However, she actually saw Lu Chongzheng today. After asking around, she found out that he had been promoted to regiment leader and came to Qingxi County to be in charge of gold mining. After Lu Chongzheng refused to meet her, she was no longer in the mood to look for a partner in Qingxi County. She hurried back to the army, thinking of finding someone else in the army. But before she could find a suitable candidate, the army's discharge notice came, so she had to retire and return to Qingxi County, becoming an ordinary employee. She was unwilling to be stepped on by others, so she tried her best to hook up with Director Luo and successfully got him to marry her. As long as she can stand in a high position, she doesn't care about anything else. Even if there are gossips, so what? People only dare to say it behind her back. Who dares to say it to her face? She was living a good life. Why should she see Lu Chongzheng again? If they had been able to meet each other successfully, she would be the captain's wife now. She also doesn't have to marry an old man and endure his disgusting habits every day. Besides, Lu Chongzheng is still young and has a bright future ahead of him, while her current husband is already in his twilight years and probably won't live long in his life. Lu Ping's face was distorted, and she was so jealous that her body was breaking apart. It was all that S fault. She stole everything from her. The next day, Su Mo got up at around 4 o'clock and prepared to go to the cow shed. She hadn't been there for a month. The gold mine in the mountain was announced. People went up the mountain from time to time. Su Mo did not dare to go there at this time for fear of being seen. Before the main force arrived, and with Lu Chongzheng accompanying her as a cover. If her work plan could be approved, she wouldn't have to sneak around in the middle of the night to see her parents. Lu Chongzheng read until after 3 o'clock before taking a break. Just as he took a nap, he heard Su Mo get up and quickly got up. Wife, why don't you not go? Give me the things, and I'll take them over. Lu Chongjing heard the strong wind outside and was worried that Su Mo would get cold. Su Mo shook her head. No, I haven't been there for a month. It will be even harder to go when the large group arrives. I'll go take a look now while you're here. As she said that, Su Mo went to the west room to get a backpack and filled it with about 5 kilograms of rice, flour, and corn flour. She estimated that daily necessities would soon be used up, so she packed a portion of toothpaste, soap, matches, kerosene, and other consumables, and also packed an enamel jar of vegetable oil, some salt, and some apples and pears. He also took down 2 pieces of cured roe deer meat, took a piece of pork from the space, and picked some fresh vegetables. After everything is in place, cover it with coarse cloth and put the backpack into the space. When Lu Chongjing saw that his wife even had fresh pork, he secretly sighed that it was good to have a space. He could buy some and stockpile it without anyone knowing. If he hadn't been here for a while, spending so much time with his wife, he really wouldn't have noticed anything unusual. There was hot water in the pot, so after washing up, they set off. When they reached the cowshed, Su Mo took out the backpack and asked Lu Chongjing to carry it. Su Tingqian got up early today. When he saw the 2 people coming, he was a little nervous and quickly brought them into the room. During this period, people often went up the mountain, and he was afraid that they would be discovered. When they got to the room, Su Tingqian and Mo Yurong quickly took out their things. While the 2 were packing their things, Su Mo told them that she had a job and a bonus. He also told the 2 that Su Tingda had sent someone to look after the house, so they could rest assured. Finally, she told the news of her pregnancy. When the news came out, both of them were shocked. Momo, you're pregnant. How dare you walk on the mountain road in the dark in such a cold weather? If you want to give me something, just ask Chongjing to get it. And Mo Yurong was happy but worried at the same time. The road was slippery in the snow. What would happen if she fell down halfway? Su Tingqian couldn't bear to talk about his daughter, so he said to Lu Chongjing disapprovingly, "She is pregnant. Why did you let her come?" Lu Chongjing. The baby feels sad, but he can't say it. How could he dare to object to his wife's decision? Besides, he had been protecting her all the way and would definitely not let her fall. Su Mo quickly took over the conversation. Mom and Dad, I must come. I haven't seen you for a long time, and I want to tell you this news in person. He's been protecting me all the way. Nothing will happen to him. And Mo Yurong took Su Mo's hand and looked at her face, which was slightly red from the cold. Her eyes suddenly felt sore. Her daughter is going to be a mother. Yesterday is about to become a mother in the blink of an eye. Unfortunately, they couldn't be there to watch her wedding, and now that she's pregnant, they can't be there to take care of her. And Mo Yurong started to cry as she thought about this, but she felt that this was a good thing, and she couldn't cry. She quickly wiped away her tears and said to Lu Chongjing, "Being pregnant and having a baby is very hard. We can't be by her side to take care of her. You have to take care of her more." Lu Chongjing nodded quickly. Mom, don't worry, I will. Su Tingqian frowned. Lu Chongjing was a soldier, and the gold mining mission must be heavy. How many days could he be at home? I heard from my sister-in-law that my mother-in-law seemed to be a good person. Maybe I could ask her to take care of me more. Su Tingqian pulled Su Mo aside and said, "Momo, buy some things for your mother-in-law in our name and tell her that we asked her to take care of you." Su Mo waved her hand and whispered, "Dad, no need. My mother-in-law treats me very well. I'm working now and she's afraid that I'll fall off my bike, so she drives a donkey cart to pick me up every day."
Real? Sumo nodded quickly.
Su Tingqian breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that his mother-in-law was a good person. You should buy her a gift for us. She has worked hard to take care of you, so we should be courteous and considerate. Okay.
Sumo agreed.
Even if someone was nice to her, she couldn't let them work for nothing. It was almost dawn now, and the 2 of them were afraid that they would run into someone on their way back, so they chatted for a few words and quickly let them go. Before leaving, they did not forget to remind Su Mo to take care of herself and let Lu Chongjing come if there was anything. After walking on the mountain road for a while, the two went from the small road to the main road, which was easier to walk on. Even if I meet someone, I'm not afraid. With Lu Chongjing around, it's easy to find excuses. For example, taking your wife for a walk around, or showing her where to go to enter a mine. Fortunately, I didn't meet anyone on the way back. After arriving home, the two had a quick breakfast, and Lu Chongjing was in a hurry to go out again. He has a lot to do today. He needs to arrange for the engineers to survey the terrain first to see where is the best place to open a path into the mine. Su Mo stopped him and asked, "Are you coming back today? You got a promotion and I have a job again. Do you want to treat our family to a meal? I'll be back these few days. I'll treat you to a meal when I have some time off." Lu Chongjing said. Cooking for a family is quite tiring, so he'll do it when he's on vacation. He can't bear to let his pregnant wife cook for so many people. Okay, then please come when you have time off. Su Mo waved her hand and told Lu Chongjing to go quickly. After Lu Chongjing left, Su Mo wrote some manuscripts at home, and the editor wrote her a new invitation to write. He also told her that the newspaper had been in turmoil recently, so he might not be able to pay her too much recently. After the turmoil was over, he would find a way to make it up to her. Su Mo still trusted this editor. After all, they had worked together for so long. After finishing writing an article, Su Mo took out hazel mushrooms and pork from the space and made 3 large jars of mushroom meat sauce. The jar was taken out of her space, and there was no mark of the later generations. It seems that I have to buy some canned fruits in the future, otherwise I will have no bottles to store things. On the second day, Su Mo still took Lu Chongjing's car to the commune in the morning. In the car, Su Mo told him that Li Yue was going to pick her up from get-off work and asked him to persuade her. Unexpectedly, after listening to her, Lu Chongjing agreed very much.
Su Montag war speechless.
What a great son. A new week, and it's customary to hold a regular meeting. Su Mo finally met all the cadres and workers of the commune. There were 18 people in total, and including her there were only 4 female comrades. The rest were all men. Before the meeting, Li Hongjun introduced Su Mo to everyone. Then, another breaking news was announced. The appointment document for the president has come down. The new president is named Gong Yi. He was transferred from High City and will take up the post within a week. When Su Mo heard this, she was really, "The original book come here?" There was no time to worry about it, so Su Mo started the meeting seriously. Because there were new people, everyone introduced themselves before reporting on their work, and Su Mo also matched the people with what she had learned yesterday. The 3 female comrades are Lu Guangying, director of the Women's Federation, Lu Shuzhen, a civil affairs officer, and Song Wenhui, an accountant. When Su Mo saw Song Wenhui, she thought he was a gay man, but she didn't expect him to be a woman. She didn't know if it was an illusion, but she always felt that Director Lu's way of looking at her was a little strange, and she had a hunch that this person didn't seem to like her very much. Although she is not worth RMB, she is loved by everyone. But when she just arrived, some old colleagues disliked her, which made her more motivated. There are many twists and turns in the officialdom. As a newcomer, she should always be vigilant to avoid being tripped up by others and affecting her future work. She was very sure that she had never seen this person before and didn't know how she had offended her. Lu Guangying had complicated feelings towards Su Mo. He couldn't say that he resented her, but he just couldn't stand her. If she hadn't interfered at the beginning, her niece would have been able to marry Lu Chongjing smoothly, and she wouldn't have to marry an old man now, and the family wouldn't have been in such a mess. Lu Ping wanted to marry Director Luo, but Lu's father and mother disagreed and fainted several times out of anger. But in the end, they could not change their daughter and the power, so they had to accept it. The 2 of them stay at home every day and dare not go anywhere for fear of being gossiped about. Even Lu Guangying sometimes felt ashamed. Although others complimented her in person, she didn't know how to interpret it when they turned around. She had heard it several times, not to mention her brother and sister-in-law. Her husband also advised her to have less contact with her parents' family, so as to avoid getting into trouble instead of gaining any benefits. Su Mo is really lucky. In just a few months, she became the wife of the group leader and also got a job. Although insiders knew that the gold mine was discovered by Su Mo, outsiders believed that it was Lu Changzheng who discovered the gold mine, and he took the opportunity to bring his wife and Yu family into the relationship. It is said that rewards should be given according to merit, and Lu Changzheng received the most rewards, which shows that he made the greatest contribution. After the meeting, on the way back to the office, Li Yunwang smiled and said to Su Mo, "This tradition of holding meetings every Monday was left by Secretary Geng. During the agricultural production period, the branch secretaries and team leaders of each brigade also have to report on their work every week. Now that we are in hibernation, they only report once every 2 weeks. This afternoon, cadres from all the teams will come here. If you want to learn about the work of the teams, you can come and listen." "Okay, thank you, Director Li." Su Mo thanked with a sweet smile. She was very grateful for Director Li's kind advice. Returning to the office, Su Mo started to think about it. She remembered that the male protagonist Gong Yi had always been in High City. After the reform and opening up, he became the mayor of High City. After that, he had a smooth career and finally reached the top of the central government. Su Mo also didn't know whether this Gong Yi was the same Gong Yi. But Gong is not a famous surname, and he came from High City, so it is very likely that he is the male protagonist. If the male protagonist comes here, won't Yang soon follow him? Su Mo really wanted to blood. She hoped it couldn't be what she guessed. At noon, Su Mo went to the cafeteria with a lot on her mind, and the dishes were indeed not that rich. The staple food is rice. The vegetarian dishes are fried radish and spicy cabbage, and there are also fried tofu and stewed bones with sauerkraut. Expensive meat dishes include braised pork, which is 30 cents a small plate, not much, just a few plates. Su Mo was rich and pregnant, so she naturally ate well. She ordered 2 tails of staple food, 1 stir-fried tofu, and a dish of braised pork. Fried tofu costs 1 cent, so this meal cost 43 cents. After dinner, Su Mo went to the post office to mail the 2 cans of mushroom meat sauce to Su Tingda. Geng Chongqing had asked Lu Changzheng to take them there this morning. Then I went to the supply and marketing cooperative and bought 3 cans of yellow peaches for 2 yuan each. Now that she didn't go to the county town anymore, she had no excuse to bring out fresh fruit, so she bought canned fruit to send to the old man. She remembered that Lu Xiaolan said that Lu Boming loved to eat canned yellow peaches. In the afternoon, Sumo took a notebook and went to the conference room to listen to the work reports of the cadres from various teams. I had a better understanding of the overall situation of the entire commune, and my admiration for Geng Chongqing increased silently in my heart. At the meeting, Su Mo also saw another side of Lu Qinggan. She didn't expect that her father-in-law, who usually didn't talk much, was so eloquent. When competing with other brigades for fertilizer quotas, he and Lu Bagua cooperated perfectly. Su Mo felt that it was a pity that these 2 people did not perform crosstalk. In the future, this would be at least the level of a master. In addition to the fertilizer share, the Lujia village brigade also has another mission this time. That is to select a tractor driver and send him to the Agricultural Machinery Institute for training. Of spring, the tractors awarded by the county will be delivered. Other brigades were extremely envious. Hongqi commune only had 3 tractors, and everyone had to queue up if they wanted to do anything. Now the Lujia village brigade has its own tractor, and next spring farming will definitely be faster than theirs. Because there are so many people in the team, by the time it's over it will be almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Lu Bagua came out and sat on the donkey cart, waiting for Lu Qinggan to drive the cart. But he found that the old man was smoking a cigarette and didn't move at all. "Why don't you leave? It's going to get dark soon." Lu Qinggan rolled another cigarette and handed it to Lu Bagua. "Wait a minute. Wait until my daughter-in-law gets off work, and then we'll go home together." Lu Bagua. He asked why the old man was so nice today that he didn't ride his bicycle but drove a donkey cart. Could it be that he wanted to pick up his daughter-in-law? "I heard a few days ago that you gave the brigade 2 yuan a month to rent the brigade's donkey cart. Isn't it just for your daughter-in-law to go to work?" Lu Qinggan nodded. Lu Baogua was really shocked. "Doesn't your third sister have a bicycle? Why don't you just let her ride it by herself? Wouldn't it be a hassle for you to catch the bus? And it costs money." This favorite daughter-in-law can't be pampered like this, right? Although the third child is the most promising, if you only favor one child over the other two families will surely have complaints after a while. Then the family will be in turmoil, and there will be a lot of headaches. My daughter-in-law is pregnant, and the roads are slippery in the snow. My husband is worried about its safety. Lu Qing'an said. When Lu Baoguo heard this, he thought that this made sense. After getting off work on time, Sumo walked out the door and saw two people waiting for him, so she quickly ran over. Dad, Captain, why don't you wait inside? In the afternoon, light snow began to fall from the sky again, and both of them were covered with a thin layer of snow. Lu Baoguo waved his hand and said, "It's okay. I've been sitting inside for the whole afternoon, and it's really stuffy. Let's go outside and get some fresh air." After Su and Mo sat down, Lu Qing'an drove the donkey cart back. When they arrived at the brigade headquarters, Su and Mo got off the car. When she got off the car, she gave the canned yellow peaches to Lu Qing'an and asked him to take it back for Lu Boming to eat. The days passed by, and in the blink of an eye it was Saturday again. The large force arrived 3 days ago. Lu Chongjing has never returned home since then. Sumo is picked up and dropped off by Li Yue on a donkey cart when she goes to and from work. The Hongqi commune is now extremely lively, with a sudden increase in the flow of people. Military vehicles carrying things pass by from time to time, and people in green military uniforms can be seen everywhere. In addition, there are many reporters from other places who come to interview, as well as some salesmen from local companies with a keen sense of smell. Hongqi commune has a guest house with 5 or 6 rooms, which is usually used to receive staff from various units and outsiders who come to the commune for business. This time it was also borrowed out for important engineers to live in. Even the supply and marketing cooperative transferred a large amount of goods to ensure supply, and Lu Xiaolan became busy again. It was the cafeteria. As more people came, the dishes gradually became more abundant. Su and Mo had a big appetite, and with the good dishes, she would basically spend about 40 cents on lunch every time. I bought tickets for $4.50 last time, and there are only a few left. After dinner, Su and Mo went to buy another 10 yuan meal ticket, all of which were food tickets. Last time, she bought 10 kilograms of food tickets, which was enough for a month. She estimated that she spent 10 yuan a month on lunch alone. 3 meals a day, lunch alone took up 1/3 of her salary. It's a good thing that I don't have to raise a child for the time being. Otherwise, I would probably starve to death if I relied on Sumo's salary. To buy food coupons, you just need to pay, but to buy meal coupons, you have to deduct from your grain book. She has 27 kilograms of grain per month, and she used 10 kilograms to buy meal coupons, so she only has 17 kilograms left. 17 kilograms of food, including breakfast and dinner, and 4 days of rest. In total, each meal is more than 2 taels, which is just enough for one person. However, she has special abilities, and the team has distributed food to her before, so she is not worried even if she still has to take care of the cow sheet. It is said that if you take 100 steps after a meal, you will live to be 99. After dinner, Su and Mo strolled to the supply and marketing cooperative again, and happened to see Lu Xiaolan sorting out wool, some of which was red, and the color was quite bright and pretty. She was thinking about what to buy for Li Yue, so she decided to buy some wool and knit her a sweater. She had written her work plan to Li Hongjun 2 days ago, and he agreed with it. But now it was winter, and many of her plans could not be implemented for the time being, so now she was quite free. She saw Lu Shuzhen knitting a sweater in the office 2 days ago. Well, although it is not a good habit to follow the trend, it is okay to knit secretly when you are free. Xiaolan, how much is this wool? Su and Mo asked, pointing at the red one. This is a medium coarse blended yarn, 13.94 yuan per pound.
Shumonari.
It was much cheaper than the one she bought for Lu Chongjing, and it didn't seem to make much difference when she touched it. Then give me 2 kilograms of the red one.
Suemo said.
Third sister-in-law, do you want to knit a sweater? If you are not in a hurry, you can wait and see if there are any defective threads. Although the color is not as good, the price is half cheaper.
Lu Xiaolan said.
Every year before the Chinese New Year, Their supply and marketing cooperative would receive some defective products, which would be given priority to their internal staff as a New Year benefit. No, I think this color is very nice. I bought it to knit for my mother. This red color is festive to wear during the New Year, Su Emo said with a smile. The Chinese New Year is on February 15th, which is more than a month away. If I finish knitting it, it will be just the right time to wear it during the Chinese New Year. But if there are any defective threads, buy some and knit them for your parents to wear so that they won't have holes. If there are any defective threads, please leave some for me, and I will knit it for your third brother to wear. Lu Xiaolan smiled secretly. It seemed that the third brother's status in the third sister-in-law's heart was not as good as her mother's. Even though he was such a big leader, he could only wear defective lines. Lu Xiaolan gave the wool to Su Emo, and Su Emo took the opportunity to buy 2 enamel pots, saying that they would be placed in the office. Giving the money and the bill to Lu Xiaolan, Su Emo returned with her things, having spent a total of 29.84 yuan and 6 industrial coupons. As they approached the office building, a car slowly stopped at the door. A man in a gray cotton jacket got out of the back seat, stopped, saw Su Emo, and smiled kindly. The man was quite tall, probably about 1.80 meters, and looked quite handsome. Su Emo thought it was another engineer sent to mine gold, so she smiled kindly, nodded, and went into the office building. When she arrived at the office, Su Emo kept one of the enamel pots in the office and kept the other in storage space. She often had to take things to the cowshed, so she had to prepare more of these things that could be stored. Although she could take the empty ones back the next time she went, there was a time lag. Su Emo lit the coal and was just about to take a nap in the office when Fuming came to inform her to go to the conference room for meeting, saying that the new president had arrived. Su Emo hurried downstairs and found the person chatting with Li Hongjun in the conference room was the same person she had just met at the door.
什么?
Doesn't the book say that Gong Yi has outstanding looks, is extremely handsome, and can often charm a group of people? In her opinion, he was far inferior to her own Lu Chongjing. Could it be that this is really not the male protagonist, but a person with the same name and surname? The meeting didn't have much substantive content. It was mainly just about getting to know each other. Then Gong Yi said something about making progress together and contributing to socialism. It was over in half an hour. However, when Su Emo was about to leave, she was stopped. Comrade Su Emo, please wait a moment. Gong Yi said quickly. After everyone left, Gong Yi spoke up. Comrade Su Emo, are you also from High City? You look a lot like an old friend of mine.
什么?
Comrade, this method of picking up girls has been ridiculed by people in later generations. Su Emo twitched her lips, yes. What instructions does President Gong have? Your grandfather is Su Zhongli, right? Gong Yi asked again. Su Emo became alert, but there was nothing wrong with admitting this, so she said, yes. Gong Yi said happily, Su Emo, don't you recognize me? I am Gong Tianhua, brother Tianhua. Su Emo stared at Gong Yi for a few seconds and dug out from the original owner's memory that there was indeed such a person with whom she had contact when she was a child. Gong Tianhua is the grandson of a friend of Su Zhongli. After Su Zhongli passed away, the two families gradually stopped communicating, and the last time they saw each other was at least 5 or 6 years ago. It turned out that Tianhua had turned into Huohua. Su Emo faked a smile. It's you, I didn't recognize you. In her memory, that person was quite fat and short. Gong Yi laughed, haha, compared to when I was a kid I've changed a lot. But you've grown up almost the same, I recognized you right away. Grandpa wanted to help with your family's problems before, but he didn't have time. Gong Yi said in a low voice. Su Emo did not comment. Everyone would say nice things after the fact. This Gong Yi is Yang Suyun's husband. From the Su family's point of view, Gong Yi cannot be labeled as a friend and may even be an accomplice. Sumo's mind is a little confused now. Gong Tianhua knows Su Tingqian and the others. Now he is the president here. If he goes to the cowshed one day, won't he be able to recognize my parents? I heard that you went to the countryside as an educated youth. I didn't expect that we would meet here by chance. Now we are colleagues. Don't worry, Brother Tianhua will protect you from now on. Gong Tianhua is 4 years older than Su Mo. Becoming the president at this age is definitely a young talent in the eyes of outsiders. However, it is unknown how much of this was due to his own ability. Returning to the office, Su Mo started thinking. She can now be sure that Gong Tianhua is the male protagonist Gong Yi in the original book. In the book, Gong Yi is a third-generation official. Both his grandfather and father are officials, and Gong Tianhua just happens to match them all. It's not her conspiracy theory, but it's just a coincidence that Gong Yi appears here at this time. Combining her experience of reading so many novels with the original book, she speculated that this was most likely the case. The Gong family is in cahoots with those people, and it's even possible that the news that the Su family is hiding something was revealed by the Gong family. After all, when Su Zhongli was still alive, Mr. Gong had a good relationship with him, so it was possible that he accidentally found out something. Original book. It seems that not long after Yang Xun got the things, Gong Yi and she met, then fell in love with each other, and finally got married. They divorced in the early days of reform and opening up. At that time, Yang Xun seemed to have sold the 2 houses where the things were hidden. She looked at it from a god's perspective and thought that Yang Xun was a chess piece in their hands. When they wanted something, they would marry her, and when they got what they wanted, they would kick her away. The main reason for the 2 people's divorce in the book was that they had no children. But after they remarried, Yang Xun was almost 30 years old, but she soon had a child. Although medicine was more advanced at that time, it was still a little tricky. She couldn't get pregnant in the first few years, but she got pregnant after remarrying? As for why it was Yang Xun who came to collect the body of the original owner and thus obtain the inheritance in the original book, it remains an unsolved mystery to this day. The more Su Mo thought about it, the more she felt something was wrong. Looking at Gong Ye's enthusiastic attitude, could it be that he was coming for her? Could it be that he wanted to use the tactics used to deal with Yang Xun in the original book on her? Didn't they know she was married? Or were they so stubborn as to want to destroy the military marriage? Su Mo instinctively felt that she should inform her uncle as soon as possible, lest he have any contact with the Gong family and fall into the trap. Finally getting off work, Su Mo and Li Yue informed each other and then hurried to the post office to call Su Tingda. She didn't know if anyone was home at this time, so she could only try her luck. Fortunately, Su Yichen was at home. Su Mo told him about Gong Ye's appointment as the president here. To avoid being overheard, Su Mo did not dare to say it too clearly and could only hint at it vaguely. When others heard this, they would only think that Su Mo was happy because she had another acquaintance to rely on. Fortunately, Su Yichen understood her hint and said that he knew and would go to congratulate her. He even emphasized the word congratulations. Seeing that her brother understood, Su Mo also breathed a sigh of relief. In the evening, after Su Tingda returned home, Su Yichen told him about this. Not to mention, Su Tingda and the Gong family did occasionally have contact. Although the 2 families no longer had contact in public, they still had contact in private. When Gong Yi went there to take up his post, Mr. Gong even called him and asked Geng Chongqing to give him some advice. In exchange, he also gave him some convenience in High City. I had someone tamper with the address where your uncle and his men were assigned. It's possible that they don't know about it, Su Tingda said in a deep voice, unless he made a special investigation. Brother is not in this circle and Mr. Gong doesn't pay much attention to him and hasn't taken the trouble to investigate. No problem, Xiaoma wouldn't call on the same day. She was the first one to find out about the Yang family's affairs.
Su Yichen reminded.
After seeing Su Mo's changes, Su Yichen instinctively trusted her. Okay, I understand. I'll pay attention to it.
Su Tingda agreed.
If this is the case, some plans will have to be adjusted. Since Fu Manhua came back, the couple worked together and secretly contacted many people and also got in touch with the Southern Marshal. Everything just needs to wait for the deployment from above and the opportunity. He had originally wanted to observe and see if the Gong family was capable. They could also pull them on board. After all, Mr. Gong has a pretty good relationship with his father, and they have occasionally helped each other over the years. In this case, forget it. In extraordinary times, we must be extremely careful. Thinking of this, Su Tingda quickly called Geng Chongqing. At night, Su Emo was sleeping soundly when she suddenly felt a surge of supernatural power quickly flowing towards her abdomen. Su Emo was startled, thinking that the little guy was going to absorb the supernatural power again. However, when the power reached the lower abdomen, it was not absorbed, but instead circled around the two embryos. After a while, Su Emo also sensed a slight energy fluctuation on the other embryo. Su Emo. Is this going to require two people with special abilities? Before Su Emo could investigate further, the swirling supernatural power was away by the grumpy little guy, but it only lasted for a moment before it fed back an even more powerful energy. With the help of this energy, Sumo's supernatural power rushed to the late first level and even had a tendency to go to the second level. Su Emo quickly calmed down and tried to stabilize the energy. In the end, the ability stayed at the late first stage but was not far from the second stage. Su Emo didn't expect to have such a gain. In the end times, even with the help of crystal cores, it would take more than half a year to go from level 1 to level 2. Since winter, she has not absorbed the energy of plants and has relied on using her powers more to upgrade them naturally. At the current rate, it will take at least half a year to reach the late stage of the first stage. I didn't expect this little guy to be so powerful. The feedback from a tiny embryo can raise her supernatural power to a small level. Could this be some important person? Having read so many novels and having experience traveling through books, Su Emo couldn't help but feel a little bit excited. Maybe she was pregnant with some extraordinary person? Although she appeared calm in front of Lu Chongjing, she was actually a little scared inside. After all, she couldn't control this matter. She could only hope that the child was good and prepare for the worst. Now it seems that this child is a good one. Su Emo stroked her belly and whispered, "Thank you." Su Emo clearly felt a slight energy fluctuation, as if the little guy was telling her you're welcome. After that, the little guy seemed to be tired and slowly became quiet. Su Emo quickly used her special powers to warm the two little guys for a while. After settling the two little guys, Su Emo sank into her consciousness and checked the space. It was indeed a little bigger than before. It seems that this spatial ability can indeed be upgraded along with the wood element, but the upgrade is slower. She can upgrade, no matter how slow it is. She is quite content, was in a good mood, and had Sunday off, so she slept until she woke up naturally. Brunch. Su Emo took out the knitting book, selected a few that were not too difficult, and traced the patterns in the notebook, preparing to let Li Yue choose the one she liked later. After finishing the painting, Su Emo picked up the radio and went to the Lu family in a very good mood. After Fu Manhua and the others left, Su Emo gave the radio to Lu Boming. Unfortunately, the old man refused to accept it, saying that she should keep it for herself. Sumo had no choice but to take it back, thinking of delivering it to him after work. When they arrived at the Lu family, Su Emo first handed the radio to Lu Boming. Without waiting for him to speak, she said, "Master, I go to work every day now. When I come back to clean up at night, the radio station is off the air. It's just sitting there with me so you can listen to it. If anything important happens, you can tell me in time after listening to it." Lu Boming was not a person who would hesitate. Seeing that Sumo's words made sense, he accepted it. He did not accept it at that time because he thought that Su Emo needed to write an article and listen to more current affairs. However, there are very few radio stations that can be listened to in this rural area. Su Emo tried for several days, but most of the time she could only listen to the county and city radio stations. She could only receive the provincial radio station when the weather was very good. She didn't know if it was because of the snow. The county radio station still broadcasts only during the day, and the cities only broadcast the Central People's Broadcasting Station's news report and newspaper summary program at 6:30 in the evening, and then it's over. It's not like what you see in books, with all kinds of storytelling and commentary. I guess it's because of the special period, or it may not be available here. After giving the radio to Lu Boming, Su Emo took the pattern to Li Yue and asked her to choose. Li Yue secretly breathed a sigh of relief when she saw that Su Emo was in a very good mood. Yesterday, Sumo rushed to call her uncle as soon as she got off work. She still looked worried after the call. Li Yue thought something had happened and was worried all night. Seeing that she is in such a good mood now, I guess the problem has been resolved. And today Xiaoma seemed a little different. She couldn't tell where, but she just felt like she was glowing. The main reason is that Sumo's superpowers have been upgraded, and there are 2 people with superpowers in her belly. The aura of the 3 superpowers is superimposed, so the momentum is naturally not weak. After seeing the patterns, Li Wei was very happy. Xiaoma, can you knit all these patterns? Sumo nodded and said, I used to work in a textile factory and learned from the older sisters in the office. Mom, whichever one you like, I'll knit for you. Yesterday, my daughter told me that Xiaoma bought some wool to knit a sweater for her.
She was so happy.
It's no wonder that they favor her. It's because people who are loved by others will not take other people's efforts for granted. Is filial, grateful, and knows how to give back. Li Yue looked at it again and finally chose a leaf pattern. After Sumo measured Li Yue's size, she went back to work. At noon, Li Yue started showing off to him. Seeing one listening to the radio and the other asking for a new sweater, Lu Qinggan felt. He was still the one who was ignored. The regular meeting on Monday, Lu Guangying looked at Su Mo with even more complicated eyes. Before, Secretary Geng was her uncle, and now there is a new president, who is also her brother. Sumo's background is really not to be messed with. Thinking about how Lu Ping came to her yesterday to ask about Lu Changzheng and Su Mo, Lu Guangying frowned. It seems that I need to have a good talk with my brother and sister-in-law and ask them to warn Lu Ping not to cause any trouble. Su Mo was very disgusted and wary of Gong Ye's behavior of being very familiar with her. She didn't know what the other party was going to do now, so she could only pretend to be distant and deal with it. I don't know if my uncle and the others can think of a way to get rid of this guy. This is a time bomb. If he dares to hurt her parents, she will definitely find a deserted place and kill him. Then she will collect the space and treat him as a missing person. Because Gong Yi is very talkative, after a regular meeting, it is already time for lunch. During the meal, Gong Yi brought the food over, sat across from Su Mo, and ate with her. He was a little surprised to see Su Mo eat so much. Xiaoma, you have a good appetite. Su Mo pulled the corner of her mouth. It's okay, I'm pregnant, and I get hungry easily. Gong Yi choked on a mouthful of rice and started coughing violently. Su Mo was quick to move and picked up the thing, quickly dodged it and glared at him with disgust. There were more than just the 2 of them at the table, and the others who didn't avoid him all looked at Gong Yi unkindly. Gong Yi was new, and no one knew he was the president. After coughing for a long time, Gong Yi finally calmed down. He blushed and apologized first, then asked Su Mo in a low voice, How did you get pregnant? I've been married for more than 3 months. Why can't I get pregnant? Didn't your family tell you that I'm married? Su Mo tested him unexpectedly. My family doesn't know where you are, so how would they know that you are married? Gong Yi said, not knowing whether he really didn't know or was pretending. Didn't you check the employee files yesterday? Su Mo asked. On her first day at work, she told Li Yunwang about her pregnancy. Li Yunwang would give her the information even for a small employee. As the president, Gong Yi would definitely give him the employee files for review. Gong Yi touched his nose awkwardly and said, Since we know each other, I haven't looked at you. He was busy with other things yesterday. Why did you get married suddenly? Did your uncle and his family know about it? Who is the other party? I know. I'm quite satisfied. He's not just a person, just a soldier. After saying that, Su Mo finished the rest in a few bites, took the lunchbox and left. After Su Mo left, Gong Yi quickly finished his meal and returned to the office. Taking out Sumo's file and reading it in detail, Gong Ye's eyes became dim and unclear. He never imagined that Sumo's husband was Lu Changzheng. It was so weird and unreasonable that they didn't even receive any news about such a big thing. Su Mo is already married. Why is he still coming down here to do anything? This position looks like a good one, but in reality, there is not much merit to be gained. The credit has long been divided up by Geng Changqing and Lu Changzheng. If he wanted to gild himself, he could go anywhere. Why did he have to come to this remote place? What a? He also had another mission here, which was to win over Liu Changzheng, the person in charge of gold mining, which sent this message. A mission? You ask him to win over others and steal other people's girls. Do you think his life is too long? Gong Yi was so anxious that he wanted to get off work immediately so that he could make a phone call to ask what was going on. He now didn't dare to use the office phone at all and was secretly frightened. They didn't receive any news at all about Sumo's marriage, which was such a big news. Either their informant betrayed them, or someone had firmly controlled this area. Who can achieve this level is Geng Changqing. He is now staying in the opponent's lair. Gong Yi suddenly felt that eyes were staring at him from all directions, so he dared not act rashly. It's really a changing world. Last time, it was Sumo who waited until after work to rush to make the phone call. This time, it was Gong Ye's turn. When the time came, Gong Yi quickly slipped away, riding his bicycle to the county town. He did not dare to fight in the commune, lest someone would be watching him. Because I was too nervous, I fell on the road and got a mouthful of snow. After finishing his work, Li Hongjun went to Gong Ye's office. Thinking that the newcomer had just arrived, he invited him to his home for a meal so that everyone could get to know each other better. As a result, the place was empty. I asked Fu Ming and found out that he had left as soon as he got off work. Liungjun. I thought he was a young talent since he was able to become the president and spoke very well in the meeting this morning.
I didn't expect.
He was just a talker. Alas, not everyone is Secretary Geng. This guy is probably a second-generation rich kid who came here to gild himself. It is hard to achieve results in the city, so he came here to make some achievements while the gold mines are being mined, stayed for a year or two, and then transferred back to move up. Li Hongjun sighed, thinking that he would be the only one to suffer from the future. When Gong Yi arrived at the county post office, he first called home. The call was answered by Mr. Gong Ming. Grandpa, did you know that Sumo got married here? Gong Ming frowned. He really didn't know this. He usually talked about important matters with Su Tingda and never asked about these trivial matters.
Why?
What's wrong with her getting married? Gong Yi choked. Her husband is Liu Changzheng, the head of the group responsible for gold mining. A sharp light flashed in Gong Ming's eyes. Su Tingda didn't even tell him such important news. Did he feel that their relationship was distant and there was no need to talk about it? Or was he on guard against him? I understand.
Just do your job well.
I have said hello to Su Tingda and asked Geng Changqing to guide you. Learn more from him. He is not an ordinary person. Gong Ming explained. Grandpa, don't you think it's strange that the news of Sumo's marriage has not spread at all? Gong Yi said in a low voice.
What's so strange about that?
She's just a nobody, so who would tell you about it? After saying that, Gong Ming suddenly realized what was going on and asked sternly, Xiao Yi, are you still in contact with them?
No.
Gong Yi was shocked. Who are you contacting? Cut off contact immediately. There is no good end to seeking the skin of a tiger.
Gongkie.
He really didn't understand his grandfather's operation. He was cooperating, but half cooperating and half not cooperating. What did this mean? Just work hard and don't think about anything else. Stay there for 2 or 3 years, and I will transfer you back. After saying that, he hung up the phone. Gong Yi listened to the busy tone on the phone, speechless. Instead of getting any help, he was criticized. After hanging up the phone, Gong Yi asked the operator to dial another number for him. After hanging up the phone, Gong Ming's face looked terribly gloomy. He was also careless and was dragged into the water, so he had to fight against the tiger for its skin. He was not sure what would happen in the future, so he used his connections to send Gong Yi there, hoping to keep him away from trouble and hide for a few years. Unexpectedly, it was wrong. This brat must have done a lot of things behind his back. He said, I sent him so far this time. Why did he still cooperate so well? I thought he had grown up, but I didn't expect he had other ideas. After Gong Ye's father Gong Bin came back, Gong Ming called him to the study. Seeing his father's gloomy face, Gong Bin didn't dare to breathe. What is Xiaoya doing recently?
Who is he in contact with?
Do you know? Gong Bin shook his head, his face a little flustered. Seeing his son's cowardly look, Gong Ming was about to get angry, but just as he raised his breath, it suddenly disappeared again. Go check it out. Gong Ming waved his hand and asked his son to go out. Seeing that his father did not scold him, Gong Bin replied yes and hurried out. After Gong Bin left, Gong Ming's shoulders instantly slumped, and he looked extremely depressed. It's really true that each generation is worse than the previous one. Is the Gong family really going to fall into his hands? He spent so much effort to help Gong Bin reach his current position. Unfortunately, Gong Bin's ability is mediocre, and this is probably the end of his life. The only thing that still has some hope is my grandson. Unfortunately, he didn't seem to want to follow the path he had arranged, and seemed to have found a shortcut for himself. The shortcut is fast, but once you fall down, it's a bottomless abyss. He had to stop it and not watch his grandson go astray. Qingxi County, Government Office Building. Gung Chongqing was looking through some documents while mechanically eating the rice in his lunchbox. After reading it, Gung Chongqing threw the information away, and a sarcastic smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. He asked why he was so poor. The county hasn't done anything, so why is it running a deficit every year? It turns out there are too many parasites and too many loopholes. It seems that if we want to improve the situation, we still have to go through a tough battle, and there is still a long way to go. After reading the information, Gung Chongqing finally had time to eat properly. Gung Chongqing poured some hot water on the cold rice, took out the can of mushroom meat sauce that Su Mo had given him from the cupboard, scooped a spoonful of it, mixed it with the rice, and ate it. I don't know how that girl is doing now. Is she used to her new job? Thinking of this, Gung Chongqing took out Su Mo's work plan copied by Li Hongjun from the drawer and started reading it. The more she looked at her, the more her lips curled up. This little girl does have some ideas. Work plan and finishing his meal, Gung Chongqing was just about to pick up a pen to write some comments when there was a knock on the door. Gung Chongqing had no choice but to put the plan back into the drawer and let the person in. Lu Chongzheng came in carrying an oil paper bag. His beard was untidy, and his eyes were bloodshot. It seemed that he hadn't slept for several days. After coming in, Lu Chongzheng took a cup, poured himself a glass of water, and drank it in a few gulps. As the two of them worked together more often, they naturally became familiar with each other, and were not so polite to each other. After drinking the water, Lu Chongzheng opened the oil paper package, took out a bun and started to eat it, and handed the others to Gung Chongqing. I bought it from the state-owned restaurant. Do you want to eat it? Gung Chongqing waved his hand. I've eaten. Lu Chongzheng didn't hesitate, took back the food, and asked while eating, how is the situation? Can you arrange it? Although the military is responsible for gold mining, there are still many things that require cooperation from local units. Gung Chongqing suddenly showed up and blocked other people's way, so naturally work became more difficult to carry out. Yes, but it will take a few days. Gung Chongqing said, if you are in a hurry, you can cooperate with others first. There is no need to wait for me. The original person in power naturally did not want to hand over power obediently and had contacted Lu Chongzheng privately. If he could cooperate with Lu Chongzheng, then Gung Chongqing could also be sidelined. Lu Chongzheng sneered and said, no need. I'll just wait for you. Qingxi County has been messed up by those people in recent years. I wouldn't say it's a mess, but the situation is definitely not good. He doesn't want to give credit to the villain. After finishing the buns, Lu Chongzheng picked up the car keys on the table and waved to Gung Chongqing. Let's leave first. Are you going back to the army or home? Go home. I haven't been home for several days. Lu Chongzheng felt very guilty as he had promised to accompany his wife, but he hadn't been home for several days. Seeing his look, Gung Chongqing frowned, took out a bath ticket from the drawer, and handed it over. Go to the bathhouse and wash yourself first. Don't scare her. Lu Chongzheng. Yes, not so dirty as to be scary, right? After Gong Yi hung up the phone, he saw that it was already dark outside, so he took his work ID and went to the county guest house to book a room. Thinking about how I had just fallen on the road and felt uncomfortable all over, I took out a bath ticket and went to the bathhouse to take a bath. Qingxi County is several levels higher than that in Hongqi Commune. It not only has shower rooms, but also several small rooms that can accommodate several people, and even has bath attendants. Of course, the charges for the small room are not cheap. Gong Yi gave the ticket and entered the shower room. Although he was mentally prepared, he still felt very embarrassed looking at a group of men with buttocks and exposed penises. He quickly ran to a corner and started washing quickly. After Lu Chongzheng came out from Geng Chongqing's place, he thought about it and decided to go to the bathhouse. He had been going back and forth in the mountains these days, and he really smelled a bit. It was said that pregnant women could not stand strange smells, so he washed himself before going back, so as not to stink his wife. Luckily, I had some clothes in the car. When he arrived at the shower room, Lu Chongzheng also found a seat at the edge. While washing, Lu Chongzheng noticed that the man next to him was a little timid, so he couldn't help but take a few more glances at him. This is a special period for gold mining. Someone might come to sabotage it. What's more, the spies have been keeping an eye on the Red Flag commune, but they still haven't found any clues. Gong Yi always felt like someone was staring at him from time to time, which made him even more depressed. He has lived in High City since he was a child. Occasionally he goes on business, and it is always in the surrounding areas. He has never seen such a scene. If he had known earlier, he would have asked for a separate small room. He doesn't mind the money. Suddenly, the person next to him patted Gong Yi on the shoulder and said, "Brother, can you help me rub my back?" Gong Yi waved his hand and said, "Sorry, I'm in a hurry. I'll leave right after I finish washing." After flushing for a while, he hurried out. The man saw that it took no more than 5 minutes for Gong Yi to come in and go out, and he muttered, "Where did this idiot come from? Can he wash himself clean like this? What a waste of a bath ticket." After saying that, he went to find someone else to rub his back. Lu Chongzheng was just suspicious at first, but when he heard the other party speak with a Haisher accent, his eyes became stern again. He also rushed into the water, and Lu Chongzheng followed him out. From a distance, Lu Chongzheng drove to the Public Security Bureau. The director had not yet left work, so Lu Chongzheng reported the situation to him. The Public Security Bureau chief has been worried about finding spies online recently, but he really has no clue at all. Naturally, he doesn't want to miss any chance, so he immediately sent people to the guest house to keep an eye on them. After giving the feedback, Lu Chongzheng drove back. Of course, he will not rely entirely on the Public Security Bureau. Tomorrow, he will strengthen the defense of each checkpoint, and any suspicious person who wants to pass through the mountain will be arrested. Living at the foot of the mountain have also been sent to do some political propaganda work in the next 2 days. During the gold mining period, in order to prevent hostile elements from causing sabotage, the people must be alert and report any suspicious persons in a timely manner. When Lu Chongzheng returned home, it was already past 8 o'clock. Su Mo was knitting a sweater with the desk lamp on. When she saw it was Lu Chongzheng, she didn't put it away. Lu Chongzheng first washed his dirty clothes, brushed his teeth, washed his face, and shaved before entering the bedroom. It's nice to have lights on, and doing things doesn't hurt your eyes so much. Mining consumes a lot of electricity, and we had originally planned to use diesel generators, but after evaluation, we decided to lay electric wires. It is estimated that it will start next month. He will talk to his father tomorrow and ask them to go to the commune to apply and take the opportunity to get electricity to the team. Seeing that it was getting late, Lu Chongzheng urged Su Mo to rest quickly. Lu Chongzheng had indeed not rested for several days. Not long after lying down, he fell into a deep sleep. Su Mo originally wanted to talk to him about Gong Yi, but seeing that he was so tired, she decided to talk about it tomorrow morning. When he woke up the next day, Lu Chongzheng found that his wife seemed a little different. She looked more radiant. "Wife, I see that you look much better, and you look a little radiant." Su Mo smiled and said, "My ability seems to have been upgraded. I feel stronger than before. Can this ability be upgraded?" Lu Chongzheng sat up straight. "It should be possible. It wasn't that strong at the beginning. Later I tried to absorb the energy of some plants and found that this ability can become stronger. After becoming stronger, will the speed of promoting plant growth be faster? The speed is not much faster, but the growth cycle can be longer." Su Mo signaled Lu Chongzheng to close the door, then took out a watermelon seed and activated her supernatural power. The watermelon seed quickly turned into a watermelon vine and finally produced 2 big watermelons. Su Mo asked Lu Chongjing to pick the watermelon, then reabsorb the energy of the watermelon vines, and asked him to burn the dried watermelon vines. Before, we could only produce vegetables, but now we can produce annual fruits and crops.
Shumo explained.
Even though it was not the first time he had seen it, there was still a gleam in Lu Chongjing's eyes. He must have done something great in his previous life to be able to marry his wife in this life. Wife, can I try this melon? He had never eaten anything that his wife had induced to be born.
Shumo nodded.
Lu Chongjing quickly cut the watermelon and ate it. It was very sweet and refreshing, something he had never tasted before. Everything in later times was better than it is now. Even watermelons tasted better than today's varieties. Book he was reading was published in 2011, which is 40 years away. He must live to that time and see with his wife what life is like then. The watermelon was too big, so Lu Chongjing only ate about a quarter of it, and Su Mo put the rest away. Wait until the weather gets hot, and then take it out and eat it. It's ready-made chilled watermelon. On the way to the commune, Lu Chongjing suddenly thought of cutting wood to build a road, so he said to Su Mo, "Wife, when you have a rest, I will take you to the mountains. There are many trees along the way to the gold mine. They will be cut down anyway. Wife, you can take the opportunity to absorb them. Don't waste them. I'll watch over them for you." Su Mo didn't expect such a good thing to happen, so she agreed immediately. Maybe after all that energy from the trees, her ability could be upgraded to the second level. When it comes to the second level, there are many plants that can be induced to grow. After Gong Yi left the guest house, he was followed by the police. Because Lu Chongjing said that this person might be a spy, the police sent to follow him were all experienced police officers. Although Gong Yi was also alert, he had not received professional training, so he did not realize that someone was following him. The people who were following him saw him enter the office building of Hongqi Commune. After asking around, they found out that he was the new president, so someone went back to report the situation to the director. The last cooperation in catching spies, the director still admired Lu Chongjing. Since Captain Lu felt that there was something wrong with this person, it was very likely that there was indeed something wrong with him. So, let people continue to watch and be extremely careful. He has infiltrated the ranks of grassroots cadres. I guess he is planning some trick or other, so we need to keep a close eye on him. Instead, he devoted himself to his work. His attitude gradually improved, and he showed a love for his job and dedication, often working overtime until late at night. The police who were following him became a little anxious because the other party stayed in the office all day long, and they had no idea what he was doing. If he really is a spy and did something in there that harmed national interests or endangered the safety of grassroots cadres. With this in mind, they decided to install a bug in Gong Ye's office. But they have no evidence now. Under such circumstances, it is not easy to install eavesdropping devices in the offices of state cadres. They can only report the situation and let their director make the decision. Moreover, their county public security bureau does not have this kind of miniature eavesdropping equipment, so they have to go to the municipal public security bureau to apply for it. Fortunately, they didn't have to wait too long, and the turnaround came quickly. On Sunday, Gong Yi finally took action. Because it was a rest day, Gong Yi slept in the room arranged for him by the commune until noon. Then he dressed warmly and rode his bike to the county town. In fact, Gong Yi was regretting it so much that his intestines turned green. If he had known this would happen, he would not have come to this hellish place in the snow and ice to suffer. Perhaps for the educated youth who went to the countryside, this was a good place. The grain output was not low in the whole country, and they only had to work for one season a year, and they could rest in the winter. But for office workers, it is not the same. Traveling when it snows is very painful. Moreover, the office was as cold as an ice cellar. Even though there was a brazier for heating, it was still very painful for him as someone who is used to living in the south. It's only been a week since he came here, and his hands are already covered in frostbite. Gong Yi first went to the county state-owned restaurant to have a good meal, and then went to the bathhouse. This time, he had experience and asked for a cubicle directly. The person who was following him had no choice but to follow him in. Fortunately, he could see the door of the compartment that Gong Yi had booked from the big bathing pool. The two police officers who were on duty were soaking in the big bathtub, keeping their eyes on the door. Suddenly, a few strong men came out from another cubicle. When passing by Gong Ye's cubicle, one of them slipped in, stayed inside for about a few minutes, and then came out again. The two police officers who were following them exchanged glances silently. They all knew that these strong men were gangsters from Qingxi County. As a state cadre and a new arrival, Gong Yi actually had connections with gangsters in the county, which was obviously problematic. One of the two police officers stayed behind to continue keeping an eye on Gong Yi, while the other immediately went back to report the situation to the director. When the director heard this, he was both excited and troubled. What's exciting is that we have clues, and maybe we can catch the spy soon. The problem is that the police here know all the gangsters, and they are all familiar faces. If they let their people track and monitor those gangsters, they will probably be discovered within a day. It just so happened that when the chief was in trouble, Lu Chongjing happened to come to the Public Security Bureau for something, and the chief immediately asked him for help. Although Lu Chongjing's current regiment is a logistics regiment, there are also many talented people among them, so he immediately agreed. Su Mo also told him about Gong Yi and thought he was very suspicious. Lu Chongjing discussed with Geng Chongqing yesterday whether there was any way to transfer Gong Yi, but he didn't expect the opportunity to come so soon. Lu Chongjing dispatched a dozen experienced men to take turns keeping an eye on those thugs. Because there have been many new faces in the county recently, and the person they were targeting was different every day, those thugs didn't notice it. After watching for a few days, one day in the middle of the night, the thugs went to the suburbs in warm clothes. The leader realized something was wrong and immediately sent someone back to call for support, while he followed from a distance. The thugs went all the way to the main road, where there were two trucks parked, probably from some city or county transport team. A few people said something to the truck driver, and soon two large wooden boxes were brought down. After the items were unloaded, the truck drove away quickly. Although the leader tried hard to see the license plate number, it was too dark to see it clearly. After the truck drove away, the thugs carried their things to another place. The leader was secretly worried, wondering when the support team would catch up. Team caught up with us soon after. The dozen or so people who were following us had a place to stay in the county town, so they arrived fairly quickly. Everyone gathered. The leader gave an order, and everyone quickly chased after them with weapons in hand and surrounded those thugs. The thugs were caught off guard, and since the other party had guns in their hands, they had no choice but to surrender. After seizing the box, several soldiers opened it and found that it was full of scarce supplies, most of which were cigarettes, but there were also watches, radios, and a lot of fashionable cloth, probably black market goods. Even though those hooligans were caught, they didn't seem to be afraid at all. They shouted that it was not their business as soldiers, and that they should be sent to the Revolutionary Committee. Got so bad that the leader had no choice but to ask people to carry the things and take the thugs to the police station first. Then, he sent someone to quickly notify Lu Chongjing. Not long after the people arrived at the Public Security Bureau, the boss of the black market received the news and immediately called his protector. These days, if you are caught speculating and profiteering, you'll be criticized at the lightest level, put in jail at the worst, or even given peanuts. The degree of punishment depends entirely on how the law enforcement officers judge. If one has someone above him, the matter may be dealt with hastily. If one does not, he may be arrested and made an example of. Amount of money in those two boxes was not enough to spend on peanuts. It was definitely worth a lot of money. When Lu Chongjing heard the news, he rushed over immediately. When he arrived, the people from the security department of the Revolutionary Committee had already arrived and wanted to take the people away, but they were stopped by the group of soldiers. The two sides were about to clash. Seeing Lu Chongjing coming, everyone in the Public Security Bureau breathed a sigh of relief. Now that's good. There won't be a fight in their Public Security Bureau. We really can't offend anyone. The leader stepped forward and whispered to Lu Chongjing, "Tuan Lu, there is a secret compartment at the bottom of the box. I found this in the corner of the box." Then he took advantage of the situation and pulled out a bullet from his pocket. This matter was of great importance, so he dared not make it public for fear that the other party would become desperate. Lu Chongjing's eyes flashed, and he immediately ordered his men to detain these people. The director of the security department was fed up and immediately asked, "Captain Liu, what do you mean by this?" This was clearly their job, yet they blatantly stole it. Liu Changzheng had the two boxes moved to the interrogation room and said to the Public Security Bureau chief and the security director, "Come in together." This happened on someone else's territory, and it is also their job responsibility. People are here now, and if they don't give some explanation, there will probably be more trouble. After the things were moved in, the soldiers took out everything inside and took a lot of effort to pry open the secret compartment at the bottom of the box with their sabers. Liu Changzheng looked at the partition that was sealed so tightly, and doubts arose in his heart. It doesn't look like it was knocked over on the road. People in this line of work should be very careful. How could they be so careless as to leave a bullet outside? He always felt that something seemed wrong. After the partitions of the two boxes were pried open, the secret compartment underneath was revealed, containing 2 pistols and dozens of bullets. Director Tang of the security department took a deep breath after seeing this. These people are really getting bolder and bolder. They're going to kill them. Of the Public Security Bureau was both shocked and secretly pleased. I was shocked by the arrogance of these people, but also secretly happy for these idiots. They finally hit a wall this time. He has been transferred here for several years. At the beginning, he also wanted to make some achievements, but his power was not as strong as the other party. He could only protect himself and turn a blind eye to some things. "Director Tang, I'm afraid you can't take this man away. I have to take him back for interrogation. Now is the critical period for gold mining. If they dare to secretly smuggle guns and ammunition, who knows if they may also have highly lethal weapons such as explosives." Liu Changzheng said coldly. "Okay, you can take this man away." Director Tang couldn't find an excuse to refuse, and cold sweat broke out on his back. The nature of this is completely different, and it is completely beyond the scope of speculation and profiteering. Smuggling guns and ammunition is a serious crime that will definitely get you fined. If they are implicated and treated as accomplices, it will be troublesome. He has to quickly inform his superiors. Director Tang took his people away. He didn't care that it was the middle of the night and hurried to the home of Director Luo of the Revolutionary Committee. Director Luo got married not long ago and is still enjoying the new life. He also took some supplements tonight and is currently venting his feelings on Lu Ping. Hearing the continuous knocking on the door, he had to stop and went out and shouted angrily, "Who is it?"
"I'm Xiao Dan."
Director Tang was sweating profusely. The leader was still as skilled as ever. It was already this late, and he was still making a fuss.
"Wait."
Director Luo said this, and went back into the room. Director Tang only heard a scream from his new sister-in-law, and then there was silence. About 4 or 5 minutes later, Director Luo came to open the door. "What's the matter so late at night?" Director Luo looked very unhappy. Xiao Tang is a capable subordinate of his, and has always been very sensible. If he comes at this point, I'm afraid something big might have happened. Director Tang quickly explained the situation. After listening to it, Director Luo's heat instantly subsided, and his face became even uglier. I have long warned them not to touch things they shouldn't. If they were just doing their business, I could have turned a blind eye. Now they are courting death, they can't blame me." Director Luo's eyes gleamed with ferocity. Rather than letting others take it away and gain merit, it is better for them to do it themselves. Although he thought so, Director Luo still called the black market boss. "Catch some small fish and shrimps, and let the big ones go first." The main reason is that the two sides are deeply involved. If the big ones are caught, they will also be doomed. The black market boss was shocked when he received the call. He really has always been doing business, even though they do have weapons in their hands. But he would rather pay a high price to have them delivered to him, and would not dare to let his own channels get involved. Which wants to harm him? Thinking of this, he broke out in a cold sweat. Could it be that his channel, right under his nose, had become a bridge for some people to secretly take over? However, he randomly assigned different people to pick up each batch of goods. How did those people do these tricks under his nose? I can only check it later. Now it is more important to preserve my strength. The leader first called all his trusted aides over and asked them to quickly evacuate the important goods. Then he gathered all the brothers together and explained the situation to them. Of course, he did not go into details. He only said that the goods had been seized and the Revolutionary Committee would come to clean up soon, and asked who was willing to stay. This happens once or twice every year and they're used to it. After all, others also need political achievements. Every year, they would hand over some people, and because of their connections, these people would be sentenced to 2 or 3 years of forced labor. The boss would give a few $100s to those who were handed over, and after they were released, they could still come back to work for him. Immediately, several people stood up. The leader gave them 300 yuan each and told them to go home quickly. The confidant who was in charge of distributing the money felt a little reluctant when he handed it to a young man and whispered to him, "Gongzi, why don't you come next time? Your brother is still sick and can't leave you." Gongzi was also a miserable man. His parents died early, leaving him alone to raise his younger siblings. What's more, his younger brother was a sickly child and had to take medicine all the time. "The matter is serious this time. I'm afraid it won't be resolved in 2 or 3 years. I may have to live on peanuts." Gongzi shook his head. "Brother, my brother is still waiting for money for medical treatment." The man sighed, patted him on the shoulder, and gave him the money. On the other side, the gangsters panicked when they saw that they were being taken away by soldiers. During the interrogation, they cried out that they were innocent, saying that they were just receiving the goods, and they knew nothing. After a rigorous interrogation, they did uncover some black market facts, but these were just small fry, and they only knew the surface. Lu Chongzheng went to interrogate the man who had contact with Gong Yi. The man's initial confession was similar to that of the other gangsters. He said he went to pick up the goods, but he didn't know anything else. After some tricks, he started to something. He said he was just told to deliver the things he brought this time.